Introducing PubCoin. PubCoin is the rewards program for pub sports contributors. Regular chat contributors share their play of the day, POD, in the YouTube chat, including the phrase POD in their message. At the end of the week, the amount of units earned are converted into PubCoins. PubCoin can be used as reward points for prizes, shop discounts, and contests.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Mills here, Pub Sports Radio. Do you guys want to challenge the personalities here at Pub Sports Radio? Do you guys think you're better than them at entering in your MMA predictions and picks? Would you want to get paid for it? $100? Here's how you do it, man. You sign up right here at the link below. It's just this easy. PubSportsRadio.com. Enter your email. Pick your weekly picks. That's it. Oh, and you get bonus points if you can predict how they're going to win in what round. Every single week, a new winner's getting crowned. So every Saturday on Pub Sports Radio. So come on and check us out. You can win $100 just for signing up. Only thing you need to do is see if you can beat us here at Pub Sports Radio by entering your UFC predictions and picks weekly. Do it. I dare you. See you guys soon.
Your membership to Gold, you will be automatically entered in every horse race, every Wednesday and Friday. It is time to race horses. We are racing camels today.
Shout out to the Gold members. We're racing in San Antonio immediately here. And we're off. 2 minutes, 74 canals on this racetrack. It's wide. We're racing in San Antonio.
Matt Wally moving forwardly. Jeff Slaughter in the mix as well. And as is Randall Sheffield, who's put that beautiful nose out front.
But it's actually real grass here, Jimmy. Maybe Kentucky bluegrass. Oldie, no! There he goes. Oldie in the lead now. K. Wolf falls back. The horses love it. Sometimes they stop and eat it on the way to the finish line. That's why your horses start so far in the back. Here. Oh, look at Nussflush Allen bursting out here. J-Dub in the mix. Rude Boy up here as well. Jimmy, take it away.
There's Oldie. Oldie is moving to the front. We are past the halfway mark in our 2 mile. And there's Ricky Levy.
Oh my goodness, he's in the mix here. Jimmy, take it home. This is our first dog race ever.
19 seconds left in the horse race here. It's Fernando Mendoza trying to find the wire. 14 seconds left. Can Fernando Mendoza take this home? Here comes Kenny Can. Kenny Can wants a piece of the pie. Put his schnoz up front. Ricky Bobby, 9 seconds left. Can Donut Silks make a run? Can Res Mall make a run to be $50?
You son of a bitch!
Here comes Tori Coker. Kenny Can Smoke and Mirrors. Director 97 home. That is a way. Here comes Jason Meyer, the Eldorado custodian. Billy Friedrich. Jones one all coming down the advantage.
Coin! Nowhere!
Oh no! Fanatical Jim!
From the call of Peter Loshak, legendary sports handicapper, more dapper than a dom. Father young phenom, known as Jimmy, who declared one day that the bag was here to stay. Information like a PSA, when we all PSR, Pub Sports Radio, bizarre. Is a man named Slaughter and he flipped the script. No competition in this they quit the trip. But we say we be pubbing, better with the bag and you love it. We want a top 10, we above it. Leche.
All right. Check. All right. Hi. Welcome to Pub Sports Radio. My name is Peter Loshak. Today is Tuesday, October 28th. And that means if you check the schedule, we got 16 NHL games. We got college football, 5 NBA games. We got a World Series game. We got so many things we got to talk about. We're probably going to slide in some Euro hockey in there. Who knows? But we're going to keep a brisk pace because on my show, that's what we do. All right. If you want to spend 20 minutes talking about friggin' one NHL game or one NBA game on a card like today, you're not getting it. If you want to take a few seconds to sneak a joke in, that's fine. But we're going to keep a brisk pace is what I'm trying to say. Shout out to everyone. We'll try to get to as many comments as we can, and we're going to have a good show. And we're going to start off with NBA, where we have two guests, Billy Brisbane and Justin McKelvey, who I was told there's one and there's two. There they are. Billy Brisbane and Justin McKelvey. All right. I don't mind Kumbaya shit as much as some people don't like it. But when we're pressed for time like this, Kumbaya shit goes out the window. Great to see both of you. And let's get into it. You guys ready?
Yes, Reed. What's up, Pete? Nice
to check to make sure the video and audio is good. Your audio is good. Video's good. All right. Let's start in right away. And then I'm going to post this to Twitter. NBA. Crazy shit. We don't even have time to freaking talk about to make fun of and discuss the match fixing news that the Chauncey Billups stuff that came in over the week. But of course, that's no surprise. That happens in all sports and NBA for sure. All sports. We're going to start with Philly and Washington. Philly, playing great. They're on a back-to-back, but they're great, right? Edgecombe, the revelation. They're rolling. I don't want to step in front of that, at least for now. 3-0, 2-1 ATS. Washington, they did get a nice big road dog win at Dallas. Last game, though, was a 25-point home blowout loss. And Washington, of course, is rebuilding. So you see this in every sport, wherever you go. Rebuilding teams like Washington are promising. At times they look great, but they're also inconsistent. So what we've seen so far from Washington, exactly what I would expect from them. Now they're a modest home dog here to Philly. And normally I'd want to take a shot with a team like Washington getting this many points, but I don't want to step in front of Philly. Let's start with you, Justin McKelvey. Do you have anything on this one?
No, this is one of the games. I don't have nothing official, but I do got a couple little gems that I was looking at. I was looking at Keontae George over his rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get there because Embiid probably going to play.
Yeah.
And then I keep getting mixed messages about that. I cashed with Maxey yesterday, so I don't want to go back to him. But if you're looking for a parlay piece, it's contradicting because the Sixers won 7 out of 8 against this Wizards team. Not ATS, just one straight up. So if you're looking for a parlay piece, but I don't want to take it because I kind of lean the ATS side of the Wizards, but I don't want to back the Wizards and feel like I'll be mad. So I have no plays in this game. It's like the only one I don't have no plays in. But that was just,
free play, I'd throw it on Washington, and maybe I'd do something at the half or live. But pregame, it's really hard to think about what I would do here. Billy Brisbane, you got anything on this one?
Yeah, it's going to be a tricky type of spot. I mean, this is like a pros versus Joes type of spot here. Sixers second night of a back-to-back, and the Sixers have played a little bit over their expectations, undefeated in the early part of the season, and Maxey has definitely played like a superstar. The caveat is bad teams kind of play better early in the season, and the Wizards have added a lot more scoring depth than what they had in previous seasons. I mean, they got CJ McCollum, Cam Whitmore, the couple other guys that I'm not naming as well. But Embiid, I feel like, is definitely due for one of these games for like a breakout game. We kind of almost saw it against Charlotte. He had 20 points against Ryan Kalkbrenner. But he's been a problem matchup versus the Wizards in years past. I mean, Justin said it perfectly. I mean, Sixers won 7 out of the last 8 meetings head-to-head, mainly because Joel Embiid's been dominating the matchup. And you kind of look at the Washington Wizards front, you see Alex Sarr and company. Hey, man, this really just comes down to if Embiid has a good game or not. I took Philly -4, -106. I think the fade for Philly comes on Friday night when they play the Boston Celtics, and they'll be favored in that game. But I think the Sixers get the job done here tonight, here on the road in Washington, D.C. I think people are undervaluing the Sixers. I mean, we saw the whole entire world be on the Orlando Magic last night against the Sixers. They ended up cashing as a dog. I mean, they were kind of focusing on this spot, it feels like. I mean, Joel Embiid being active, I feel like this has to be the Joel Embiid show. If Joel Embiid has a good game tonight, I think the Sixers covered the spread. Joel Embiid bullshits around and all that good jazz, then the Wizards can definitely backdoor cover this line and probably win this game outright. But if you wanted to take Joel Embiid, just his points, he's not like he's rebounding anymore. Joel Embiid, 20-plus points, plus 126, man. You getting good plus money on it. This is like old school props, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Briz, not to cut you off, right? Just want to give you the heads up. I gave out Embiid one time on this show, and he did not cash, and I'm still to this day hearing about it. And it was like a week and a half ago.
I would go back to the well, man.
I'm not. I'm just saying, you going off, just so you know, if he don't cash, you won't hear about it for like a month.
No, I'm not going to back. I feel like the two are correlated. If Joel Embiid has a good game, Sixers are covering the spread. If Joel Embiid has a shitty game, I definitely think the Wizards are going to cover the spread. So it's one of those type of games. I like Philly here, though, -4. I took it -106. I expect that line to come down, though, to 3.5.
Well, DC Capper likes Philly -4.5. Irish King likes Philly first half and full game. We'll see where this line closes. The very first line I saw was Washington +5, and now it looks like it's down to about 4 now. So at the books that matter. So but we'll see where it closes. But so far, some money has come in, I think, on Washington. But we'll see where it closes. And all right, let's move on to the next game on the card. This is a tough one. 2 3-0 ATS teams going up against each other, Charlotte and Miami, right? Charlotte looking good. You know, they've been kind of mediocre for a while, and this is like their year that I think they're looking to step up to the next level above what they've been. And so far, 3 overs, 3 covers from Charlotte. Now they're getting, big points against Miami, but Miami also 3-0 ATS. And, Charlotte's fighting right now. They are coming back off of a comeback win. So I don't know. Both these teams are energized. I was thinking maybe Miami first half, maybe a first half over, maybe just a full game over. I don't know. I don't really want to fade either of these teams. Billy Brisbane, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, one of the biggest changes that we've seen this year from Miami has been their pace of play, them being one of the fastest teams, or I believe the fastest team in the NBA throughout the first week of the season. Something that kind of I feel like plays right in the Charlotte hands. More of the questions about Charlotte comes about their interior defense needed for this matchup. I mean, you got Bam Adebayo, Kellen Ware. Is Ryan Kalkbrenner and company going to be able to match up against them? Them dropping Brandon Miller is definitely going to bite them in the butt here because, I mean, was Colin Knippel going to – who is Colin Knippel guarding in this lineup? Either Norman Powell or Andrew Wiggins. So, like, once I started getting into the X's and O's, it kind of makes me – I can understand why the move has came in on Miami, but something in my gut tells me there's going to be a lot of points put on the board in this one, and it could definitely come from the Charlotte side in a backdoor cover or win. Charlotte's definitely looked good in the early part of the season, and it doesn't feel like the total is so high in this game. 240.5 and still going up to 241. I feel like if they're saying Charlotte's going to put up damn near 117 to 120 points, I'd rather have a Charlotte ticket in my pocket than be laying the chalk with Miami here in this spot. I kind of like Charlotte, but LJ gave me a good note on a couple days ago when we're on stream, and he said, no Miami first half. So that's why I'm chill out pre-flop, wait for halftime, wait for Miami to cash their first half tickets, and then I'm going to catch Charlotte live.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking first half. I don't know. I mean, I'd love to bet one quarter gets 80 or more points because total first was very high, 240.5. Now it's higher, as you said, up to 241.5. And just all things considered, just both these teams fighting so hard, I think I would take Charlotte plus. If free play definitely on the side, I would take Charlotte plus the points. Leaning Miami first half, and I guess I'd still take over at the current super high total. Justin McKelvey, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I'll give you a breakdown in a second. I'm on Stacks Player Day number 1, Norman Powell, over 22.5 points. Got that -112. And there's a lot of things I like about this game. This is the only thing I'm really moved on. This Charlotte Hornet team, I mean, history, they always do it, but it seemed like more this year. Like, they speeding everybody up. Everybody who they playing, they speeding their offense up. Yeah. And go figure now, all of a sudden, Miami Heat, they want to play fast anyway. I like what Davion Mitchell's doing in Tyler Hero not being there. And I think in a fast-paced game, I'm looking at the guard. I'm looking at Norman Powell. I think he's going to be – him and Davion Mitchell going to have excellent games. I think Bam going to have a game. I'm not on the side. If I had to be on the side, it's too many points, but I would be on the Hornets, but I don't want to get in front of this Heat team. But what I do love is Norman Powell of the Miami Heat over 22.5 points, minus 112.
Okay, sounds good. DC Cap, we're also liking Charlotte. And here we go. Nut Flush 16. I'm working on Hornets team total over, but not done yet. Yeah, so I would be leaning Hornets and the over. So that would make sense right there. AOD likes LaMelo over 8.5 assists. Irish King likes LaMelo over 3.5 threes. And AOD liking the over even. And I agree. I might take that one. The over. Oh gosh, Kent Davies spread his inch Miami's way despite most people on Charlotte. Yeah, and if I was going to take Miami, I would definitely take a shot with first half. Maybe because I'm cowardly, first half money line for Charlotte for Miami at a decent favorite line. I might make some of those official, but for now, let's move on. Next game on the card, Knicks and Milwaukee. Knicks, of course, 2 very nice home wins and covers to start. Then a road loss at Miami, but that's forgivable. Tough road loss at Miami. Milwaukee, though, also started the year 3-0 ATS. So another game where we have 2 teams I don't really want to bet against matched up here, and line is close to pick 'em. I'll see where it is right now. First line I saw actually the Knicks very tiny road favorite, which was a little bit surprising. I know that Milwaukee has some injuries, but Milwaukee has been covering. Justin McKelvey, you got anything here?
Yeah, I got a couple things. I got a stacks play day number 2, Jalen Brunson, over 26.5 points. I got that at minus 120. And he averages like 31 like the last 5 times that he played the Bucks. And also, like this Knicks team just seems to always beat up on the Bucks. I think they won like 5 straight, 6 straight against them. I'm not on the side, but I also do like the total. I got it at 228 minus 110 at Bet Rivers. And it's just a fact. I expect both teams coming off a loss. I expect like the last 5 out of 7, 5 out of 6 or 7. I can't read my ride. And 5 out of the last 6. It says 5 out of the last 6 went over. And between these meetings, both these teams play at pace. I think Giannis gonna go crazy with no Robinson in there. Brunson always goes crazy, whether they're in New York, whether they're in Milwaukee. I love Brunson for stacks play day number 2. And I love this over 228.5 when I bet it.
Okay, that's the line. Now the Knicks are a solid 2-point favorite where I'm looking right now, which is interesting. And the total is, a lot of U-shaped movement and things bounce around. As of right now, it looks like totals dropped a little bit. The first one I saw was 230. Now I'm seeing 229. That could easily close anywhere. Who knows? Billy Brisbane, what do you think?
Yeah, say what you want about the Bucks all season, but any team with Giannis will be in the running and with the landscape of the Eastern Conference this year. I mean, they added a lot more shooting depth. They lost their first game of the season, their last game versus Cleveland, but that was a game where Giannis almost had a 40-point triple-double. The Knicks are 2-1 record, I feel like, is a little bit misleading. I mean, rallying against the injury-riddled Cavs team on opening night, they got that Madison Square Garden boost, and then another get-up spot versus the rival Celtics. And then they lost their first road game versus Miami. Miami's not a team I'm high on this year at all.
Really?
But, yeah, I mean, they went 0-4 in the preseason. Granted, it's preseason, but Miami's is not – without Tyler Hero on the court, that's not a team I'm high on. So it's like you're losing to Miami on the road here. I got to take Milwaukee team total over 114.5 here, minus 112. I like the spot here for Milwaukee to put up points. The little bit of the head-to-head history kind of shied me off the money line. But Peacock game, national television, this is kind of like the first national TV spot for the Bucks. I think they get up for this spot, and I think there's going to be a lot of points scored on the board here. If you look at Milwaukee's team totals this year, they hung 133 against Washington. I mean, not that impressive, but very impressive. Against Toronto, 122, and then Cleveland in their first loss. 113, right under where this projected total is tonight. It could be a little bit corollary to the money line, but I like the Bucks team total over here in this spot. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored.
All right. So just for my own edification going forward, so you think that Miami's impressive start to the season a little bit of an illusion?
No, I think the Knicks start to the season is a little bit of an illusion, despite like the Eastern Conference is just bad this year. But I think Miami, I'm calling bullshit on Miami. I don't think Miami will be good this year.
All right. Well, I was about to, and I think I'll do it. I will make a first half Miami Heat Money line minus 180 an official play here. I do think that they, we'll see.
Jose gonna play the music.
I'm sorry.
I said Jose gonna play that graphic.
Yeah, go ahead. Look, I deserve it.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh. Huh?
If I get falsely accused of something, I fight it with my entire soul. If I get accurately accused of something, I own it. What am I going to do? Justin McKelvey, this is a wait, let me see. Oh yeah, you like the over here. What do you think of Miami?
Official Brunson over his points 26 and over 228. Would you say, Pete?
I was just in general, you think Miami going forward is going to continue to be an impressive team ATS, or maybe to get overvalued and start to slump a little bit?
I think they're going to be a playoff team. I don't think they're going to be as good as they are now. I think it's going to be an easy playoff team. I don't think it's going to be like a play-in type thing. But right now, I wouldn't stand in front of them.
Right.
Like, I mean, they beat the Knicks. Like, they rumbled Orlando. Everybody was on Orlando game one. They gave Orlando everything they was looking for, but can't take that serious. Look like Orlando sucked. So, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I like what I see this Heat team. And Hero's not there yet. Like Davion balling, Norman balling, Bam balling. Like, I don't know. It's only the season's only been like 3 games. So, but I wouldn't stand in front of them right now.
Well, Drewski says Heat won't make the playoffs.
I think some of the reason why the Heat played good to start off the season because they got fucking smoked by like double digits in every one of their preseason games, and Eric Spoelstra was kind of like, all right, we're not about to lose to Orlando fucking 3 times in a week and a half. I don't care if it was preseason or regular season. I mean, there's got to be a respect factor.
But you also got to look at it like if they balling going towards the All-Star break, or even if it's looking like they got a chance, they're gonna bust a move. So like,
East is so bad this year. Yeah, Miami could.
That's what I'm saying. So like, say they're not gonna make the playoffs in the East. Like that's rough. I would bet the Celtics not to make the playoffs before I bet the Heat not to make them.
I think the Hornets versus Heat's a pretty good litmus test because I think the Hornets are right around that playing range.
Yeah, well, Robert Franklin also liking Brunson. Points, rebounds, assists over 37.5. All right, the next game on the card. Here we go. Sacramento and OKC, right? OKC 4-0 straight up at 1-3 ATS. Not a surprise there at all. The top team, especially, defending champs and everything in the NBA and all those kinds of teams, you would expect them, at least in the early going, to win games straight up, not to be 50-50 ATS at best, or maybe a good fade ATS as a big favorite game in and game out. Sacramento, not a very good start to the year so far. They're coming off a home fave loss to the Lakers. And I don't know. I was thinking maybe this is a spot to, at the time, OKC to cover a big favorite line. First line I saw was 10.5. I'll see where it is right now. So I was thinking maybe OKC first half. Billy Brisbane, what do you think?
Yeah, kind of waiting on the injury news report here for the Thunder, another team on the slate on the second night of a back-to-back. They haven't really missed a beat, though, this year, 4-0 in the early part of the season. Eventually, though, I feel like they're going to start slowing up. It's just been another disappointing start to the season for the Kings. I mean, a close one versus the Suns, barely beating fucking Utah, losing to the Lakers without Luka, Austin Reeves scoring 50 points in that game. I mean, you gotta expect just no handicap, just basketball 101 shit. They have to play better defense than what they did in that game against the Lakers. I would imagine this game goes under the total 227.5. And even if the Thunder do win via blowout, I mean, like, I don't think the Thunder are hitting 120 in this game. Their team total's at 119.5. I would kind of take the points here with the Kings, take the under on the game and under on the Thunder team total. But the Kings, I just don't want to have American dollars on the Kings and think I'm going to get a return.
Yeah.
How popular is the Thunder going to be in parlays today?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, total line is still about 10.5, a little bit shaded to Sacramento at the sharp books. And yeah, the first total I saw 228. Now I'm seeing 227. Justin McKelvey, what do you think? Another spot where OKC's given too many points, or maybe because of how much Sacramento legit sucks, this is a good spot to actually bet on them.
This is my last. I got paid in the last game, but this is my last 2 official plays. I'm on the under 227.5 minus 110. And I'm on the OKC Thunder minus 10.5 and minus 112. And I just think, first of all, if you look at trends you care about, which I'm not really a trend better, But OKC covered 5 straight against this ATS. Every spread they see, they cover. I'm not really worried about the back-to-back because we didn't watch this team play back-to-back off of double overtime, starting with game 1. So I just feel like it's business as usual with this team, like back-to-back or whether we're playing bums or not. I think this is going to be smacks. I think 20-point game, that's why I like the under. Because I think it's going to be a blowout. Everybody going to pull the horses, probably win by like 23.
Yeah. Drewski likes the under 227 as well. DC Capper likes the under. Wow, look, yeah. I mean, Drewski says Kings are lazy on defense. Drewski says Thunder smash. Yeah, I was looking at this thinking, maybe this is a spot where OKC is not too big of a favorite. I'm in there. Irish King likes OKC first quarter. Oh, no, he's questioning it.
It's the first time I bet OKC all year.
Yeah, but the last thing you want to have happen is some NBA bullshit. Fucking when you're on a second night of a back-to-back, you don't have to submit your injury news report at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You can submit it at like 4 or 5. What happens is Chet's ruled out, who was also questionable in the last game. He gets.
I don't think he's playing.
I think this line goes down. I think this line goes down to 8.5, and then you get on the Thunder. Like there's definitely some buyback here of like this line could definitely go down. I don't think this line's going up from 10.5.
I didn't write it down because I didn't know until shortly before we started, like 20 minutes before we started. I was expecting hockey to go first, so I didn't have them on my notes. But I swear that I seen that all day I seen he was questionable, but I seen somewhere or heard somewhere. It might have been when I was coming back from traffic court. Maybe I heard it on the radio, but I heard Chet's not playing. But I'm not seeing it. Like everywhere I look, I seen it questionable. But I heard it somewhere today.
We definitely don't know. I forgot to say this. I got a player prop parlay that closes out in this game, and a little bit unconventional. You want to tail it. If you want to fade it. Giannis double-double, Karl Anthony Towns double-double, and Sabonis double-double plus 184. I don't think the Kings get blown out, but that would be the way.
You said plus 184?
Plus 184 for all three of them to get a double-double. The Giannis one has been getting steamed. It went from minus 400 up to 550.
And you said Giannis to who?
Giannis, Cat, Sabonis.
Okay.
It really comes down to if the Kings get blown out, Sabonis might not get a double-double. If the Kings hang around this game and he plays his last fourth quarter rotation, I think he gets a double.
Well, I didn't write Sabonis down because they're going to get blown out.
Yeah, I just
got to find something to replace it.
The last leg's definitely interchangeable. I was looking around, playing around with Zubac in that third leg. I was also playing around with James Harden in that third leg.
No, I'll probably put Vladimir in there over 1.5 bases.
Ooh, little Equinox parlay there.
Yeah, just to boost it up a little bit. But I'm gonna play Giannis and Cat because I like Giannis's rebounds. I just didn't give it out. I didn't get to it, but I'm probably going to. I like Giannis's rebounds, so of course I like his double-double.
Yeah,
and Cat, if he plays,
it's hard to bet the over of 13.5 rebounds. It's like, all right.
That's why I didn't get there. They ran me off of it, so I can't do 13. I wanted to do like 11.5 type shit.
Okay, all right.
What
I am listening to you guys.
Pete?
I'm also eyeing Finland hockey that goes off in about 3 minutes. Thinking about what
Pete,
I want
what you
to do
think
there.
about
All
this?
right, I'm going to stay off. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Someone say
I was
something.
like, what you think about this game, though?
Who? You're asking me?
Yeah, you the only Pete on screen.
Yeah, sorry. You mean the Sacramento game?
Yeah, like
I wanted to take OKC first half. That's what I was thinking. I thought that it was a game where this is not a spot where OKC is going to be given too many points. Although I don't want to bet into that because I would expect them to be slightly at least under 50% ATS as a double-digit favorite for a while. But I was thinking OKC first half cannot pull the trigger on it.
I like that too.
Cannot do it. Can't do it officially.
Just to clarify, I don't think they get blown out. That's why I ran the double-double parlay. But if it doesn't hit, it's definitely because NBA blowouts are where props go to die.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
It don't matter if you got a bet. I thought the Grizzlies were going to get blown out last night against the Warriors, so I played one of their rookies off the bench, his player prop. Man, they were down by fucking 18 points in that game, and they still had the starters in there. It's like they be knowing, man, where the money's at.
I was on that over yesterday.
Okay, so last game on the card is another tricky one. Clippers and Golden State. Golden State, of course, they're on a back-to-back. They rolled Memphis last night, and they're now 3-1 ATS. So everyone talking about how Golden State is old and everything. I mean, that'll show its head at some point. If it does, maybe, but certainly so far it is not. They're rolling. And the Clippers, though, 2-1, big favorite in all three of them. So they're 1-2 ATS, but here they are. Roughly pick them against Golden State. I guess I was a little bit surprised that the Clippers were a favorite here. I thought I would have seen them getting a few points. I was a little bit surprised to see the first line that I saw, and a very low total, in my opinion. The opening line was like 225 or something that I saw. So, Justin McKelvey, what do you think? Should the Clippers should Golden State be a dog here? What do you think?
I haven't bet it, but I really, really want to bet the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to bet them. Like, I want to say it was like 6 or 7 straight that the Clippers done beat these boys. And then you add into that Golden State coming off back-to-back. Last time we seen them off the back-to-back, Portland smoked them off of that Chauncey Billups shit. So it's like, it's a small sample size, but the last time they was off of back-to-back, they got smoked. And then you add this back-to-back, then they're off a team that you ain't beaten like 5 or 6 straight. Like, I want to be on the Clippers, but I don't really want to fade the Warriors at home. So that's the reason why I haven't moved. That's why I don't have nothing official. But I want to bet. I need talked on. Like, I want to bet the Clippers. I want to bet the Clippers bad.
Yeah, and now they're the line as of right now. We'll see where it closes, but has moved a little bit in their favor.
And didn't this line flip?
I'm sorry?
Didn't this line flip too? But didn't Golden State open up as a fade and then flipped over?
I tried to find the I don't look at kind of look at like sharper books to find an opener. Let me see where the first line I saw was Golden State +1, and oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you are right.
But see, late last night before I went to sleep. Well, actually, I woke up and seen it. And I was just looking at it, and then when I woke up, I thought I was tripping, so I wasn't sure. But I could have swore I seen Golden State as the fave. Then when I woke up for good, I was like, damn, now the Clippers are favorite.
At FanDuel, MGM, all the big rec books, yes, Golden State was a favorite, 1.5, and now, wow, that's a big flip.
It is
3.5 point flip across the zero to the Clippers. Billy Brisbane, what do we do here? Pound the Clippers anyway after the move?
Yeah, this feels like you're like walking right into a trap. I mean, like 1.5 opener to -2. They're like inviting every Warriors slappy to go put in a Warriors ticket tonight. Warriors on a second night of a back-to-back at home, though. The Clippers have gotten the edge in recent head-to-head series. After a hiccup on opening night, I mean, the Clippers kind of look good. No Bradley Beal, no problem for me. I mean, shit, I'd rather sit Bradley Beal. That's how I feel.
I forgot Bill was still in the league.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to see a lot. Like, it's like weird. Half of me thinks this game goes under the total, but then the other half of me is like, even if this game goes under, I feel like Harden and Kawhi are really good player prop options tonight, where I could definitely see James Harden throwing some alley-oops to VC Zubac down low, and I could definitely see Kawhi cooking. It's always when you least expect Kawhi to go off. It's like these primetime games, Kawhi always has to have a couple vintage performances to remind people that he's still in the league. And his points and rebounds prop is only 29.5. That's really low. Like, I think he can get that in points alone. Like 25.
He can fuck around get 30 tonight.
25.6 rebounds.
Yeah, like, damn.
I thought that was really low. James Harden double-double was really low, +105. Zubac is the favorite for double-doubles in this game at -140. So it kind of makes you think, are all the favorites going to hit for double-doubles in these games? I don't think so. And maybe Zubac gets left at the altar because the Warriors go small. If you're the Warriors second night back-to-back, I think that's the way you beat the Clippers, going small, try to run them off the court. Because if you try to let Zubac do his thing down low, it might be a long day for the Warriors. But there's a lot to marinate in this game. Like 11 o'clock p.m. start, Warriors on a second night of a back-to-back. We just got done talking about teams on a night of second half of back-to-backs. Don't have to submit their injury report until like 4 or 5 o'clock. And with the new NBA stuff, with the injury reports, like, who knows, man? Half the team might be questionable just so they're on the injury news report.
Well, that's the thing. And being that the team of the back-to-back, if you like the Clippers, you better get them now because you're not going to get a better number. Like if Curry, for some reason, sit or somebody, because people don't understand this Golden State team old. Like Butler old, Horford old, Curry getting up there. Draymond got gray beard. Like, so it's like, if you like the Clippers, you better do it. That's why I'm going to make a decision before the show's over because I gotta. If I'm about the Clippers, I gotta bet it before the report come out because if see like Curry or somebody not playing, it's gonna go up.
I don't know though. Just a rough report estimate. These are always subject to change, and depending on what state you live in, if you're in a legal or non-legal state, the numbers will vary. But cash numbers on this game in the state of New Jersey, 64% of the money's on the Golden State Warriors, and 54%. It's basically 50-50 on the spread. But the most public team, I believe, is the Sixers, but it's also Philly. I also live in New Jersey. These are New Jersey stats. Obviously, a lot of people from New Jersey are going to bet the Sixers over the Wizards.
I think you're frozen, Briz. Or am I tweaking?
Briz is frozen? Are you frozen? Oh.
I mean, unless he's sitting very still.
Brizzy, did you just start meditating or are you?
Yeah, I'm sitting there looking at him. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. I think he's just really, really chilled out right now. I don't know. All right. Well,
there you go. No, you're not. Okay.
He's back.
And then the New York Knicks and Milwaukee game was pretty split. 55% of the money on the Knicks money line, but 60% of the spread tickets coming in on the Bucks. So it's kind of like a 50-50 action. But I think this is one of those type of spots where like, yeah, you might want to bet on the Clippers early, but let's say those are ruled in. Like the public's going to bet the Warriors. People are going to see the Warriors 11 o'clock at night, a couple of dollars in their account, last game of the slate. Like people go fuck around with the Warriors a little bit, but I think the Clippers own the head-to-head series for a reason.
Yeah, it's also a suspiciously low total. I mean, both these teams have been high scoring this year. I think Golden State's got over all four of their games in regulation. The Clippers over in 2 of their 3. And now you got like a 225? Wow.
Yeah, no, I'm off the total in this one. The total in this game does not seem appealing. The only appealing totals on the slate to me is the New York Milwaukee game. I like Stack's play on the over in that one. And then Charlotte, Miami could be one of those games where it's like, how high is too high, really, for real, for real? I don't know if I'm going to be betting over 240s, but that seems about right, even though the number did go up about 6-7 points from the look-ahead line. And then the Philly-Washington game, if Washington covers, I think the game goes over, but Embiid could definitely stink it up. The Sixers play a little bit faster without Embiid on the court.
And it's funny because it was in this channel, and so maybe when I say, I don't know who it was, but towards the end of last year, or maybe it was Wonton, one of his friends, or maybe he was talking about it. You always look at the highest point total, look to go over. And I happened to be on the Hawks yesterday, Hawks and Bulls, over 241, and it went over. So then now you're looking at the Heat. When I seen it, it was 241, 242 in that area. Like I want to get to that total just because it's the highest total, and Charlotte speeds everybody up, and Miami playing fast. But 241, man, that's hard for me to get there. That's a big hill.
It's not even like it's a big hill. It's more of like let one of them teams really fuck up the total for like their team total, then you're gonna be screwed. Like let's say Miami goes under their team total by like 10 points, or Charlotte does not hit 117. Like if you like the over, I kind of feel like you take Charlotte team total over 117 and a half.
One bad quarter, you're shot.
Yeah, like Charlotte's got to hit 120 for this total to hit. I feel like.
Yeah,
that's what Not Flush 16 was looking at. I'll tell you that game. I don't know what I'm going to do, even though I have the first half Miami money line as my official play. But if the first half is low scoring, anything like 115 or even lower, I'll definitely be on the second half over for sure.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me too, definitely.
Which is not out of the realm of possibilities. All right, let's review all our official plays just for people who want to write them down. Just one for me: Miami first half money line -180, baby. That's gonna cash. Justin McKelvey, please review your official plays.
Yeah, I'll give them to you now. And then when I get off here, I'll text them to Jose for his records. Stacks play day number 1, Norman Powell, over 22.5 points. Stacks play number 2, Jalen Brunson, over 26.5 points. I'm on the Knicks Bucks over 228.5. I'm on OKC minus 10.5 and OKC Sacramento under 227.5.
Okay, talk sports with JT, liking the Knicks. First half, minus a half, minus 115. Billy Brisbane, please review your official play.
We'll start off with the parlay first. Giannis, Cat, Sabonis, all to record a double-double plus 184. That's at FanDuel Sportsbook. Then second play is a team total over in the Milwaukee Knicks game. That's going to be the primetime game, the first half of the primetime games. And then I have the Philadelphia 76ers minus the 4, the unpopular pick of the day. Who are these sharps play of the day?
In a doubleheader, that's on Peacock.
That's really about to be my new thing, Pete. Who are these sharps play of the day?
Oh, yeah, I've been asking. No, I feel you. I mean, it's in the comment section, people were liking Philly, and I think Philly's a very impressive team right now. It's just Washington is the young, up and coming teams as a dog, especially a home dog, can be just so because they can lose by 20, they can win by 15 easily.
The spot is we want the Sixers to lose tonight outright, and then we hammer them against the Celtics. That's the move right there.
The Sixers to win. If the Sixers win tonight, the line is already out for 3.5 against the Celtics. That line goes to 4.5, 5.5. Celtics going to come to fucking play against the Sixers after we bust their ass on opening night. The Celtics are going to come to play on Friday.
Y'all didn't bust their ass. Y'all won by 1.
We won by 1, but
that's because Escom had 34.
When the Celtics thought that they were going to get that little push, everybody's hitting threes and shit like that, we fought right back at them. I think the Celtics bust the Sixers' ass on Friday. Like that.
I was on y'all the first time, so I'm with you, but I don't know. I wouldn't be on the Sixers tonight.
I think we get it done, man. Embiid. I think we get a good Embiid show. It's really the Embiid bet tonight. I know guys have been burnt by Embiid, but if Embiid has a good game, I think the Sixers win. And if they don't, hopefully the Flyers get it done.
Yeah, I just feel like my uncertainty for that game is not what you're going to get from the Sixers; it's what you're going to get from Washington. But we'll see. Sumit likes the Sixers minus 4.5. He also likes the Clippers minus 2.5. You can get 2 right now. All right, guys, great segment. We got 16 NHL games to do right now. Thanks so much, Billy Brisbane, Justin McKelvey. We'll see you again next week. And now, if you love NHL, oh boy, stay tuned. If you don't really like NHL that much, all right, click off. I feel you. 16 NHL games we got going right now. Is Mr. Gokster ready or no?
All fired up, bud.
There we are. All right, Mr. Gokster, let's just get right into it. Everyone in the comments section, give them a second to get all their NHL notes up.
Top of the morning.
Are you ready? You ready?
Ready.
Let's start right now. First game, Pittsburgh, Philly. Of course, the Penguins on a back-to-back. They rolled St. Louis yesterday. They're off to a great start this year. The Penguins are, I don't know, maybe a little bit like Golden State. They're old. They're old as fuck, but they're winning so far. And not just one game here and there. They're playing great. I don't know how long that's going to last, but so far it's been happening. Philly, they're decent. They've won 3 of 4. They're rested now. They're a big, home favorite here, which makes sense. A little hard to step in front of Pitt now, though, as a big road dog here, even on a back-to-back. I was thinking about an under, maybe at 6, and free play. I'd have to put it on Philly, I guess. I don't know. What do you think, Gokster?
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards that under there, Pete. Two new coaches. That's kind of why you're looking at 2 different teams. Kind of, especially Pittsburgh. They're gunning. They're scoring goals. 6-3 last night against St. Louis. 4 against Columbus before that. 5-5-3. So this team can score, but the position is back-to-back spot here. This is the Battle of Pennsylvania too. Pittsburgh, Philly. Always going to get a good matchup. But then Talkett too, Pete. He's on the Flyers now. So special teams, 87% penalty kill for the Flyers, going up against the best power play in the NHL right now, which is the Pittsburgh Penguins. Surprisingly, guys, 33%. So I do think it's going to be a lower scoring game. You have Ristolainen out for Philadelphia. Raquel, he's going for surgery. He won't be back for a couple months now. So a couple players recently are going to be out for both teams, Pete. Looking at some net penalties, guys, something I'm going to try to be as quick as I can. I know you want to bristle.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
But both teams' net penalties are in the negative, so could be susceptible. But third period differential, this is really important. So let's just see how teams are doing in the third period. Both these teams, +5 for the Penguins, +3, that's goals differential for the Flyers. So they have been solid in the third period, not being too susceptible in that sense. And a back-to-back, you got Silvos going for the Penguins. He's at 3-1-1, 91% save percentage. Going with Urson, the Flyers, I thought it was going to be Darth Vader. He's been the better of the two goalies. Urson 1-1-1, 86% save percentage. Lean towards you'd think Pittsburgh, but I think the spot could be a bad spot here for Pittsburgh. I think the under's the play, Pete. I took under 6.5, -120. I got a lot of plays on this card, 16 games. Got a lot of volume here today, but I do think this is going to be a lower scoring game. I would be surprised if it's like a 5-4 kind of game, just the way the Flyers want to play. I think the Flyers are going to dictate this game a little more than the Penguins are.
Yeah, the first line I saw for the total was like 6 on both sides. Now it looks like it's gone up a little bit, but you're right. There's still 6.5. It's got to be a lower scoring game, doesn't it?
It does. And I didn't bring up 5-on-5 goals. The Philadelphia is the lowest scoring team 5-on-5, Pete. Only 14 goals 5-on-5. They've only allowed 13. So very Flyers are an under team just looking at their stats. And like I said, penalty kills 87% should nullify the Penguins power play here. So I expect a lower scoring game here tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking. We're going to keep a brisk pace, but does Urson does he suck or?
Yeah, he's the backup right now. I would say if Darth Vader there, Danny Vlader, he's been the better of the two goalies. I had his stats in before. He had like a 92% save percentage. You got the 86% Urson. So yeah, just the back-to-back 6-3. They expended a lot. I watched some of that game too. It was back and forth. St. Louis putting up a good fight. Just third period, Penguins pulled away. So I do think it's going to be a lower scoring game, even with Urson.
Yeah. Gosh, both of Urson's start. Yeah, he hasn't. They've all gone to 7.
You want him at home. You want him at home too, Urson. Like I would much rather Urson at home.
Yeah. I feel you. All right. I'm an inch away from taking that under 6.5 -121, but I'll think about it. Let's move on. Next one is Calgary, Toronto. This one, I think it's going to be a pass because the Leafs are a huge favorite here at home. But they're off a win, but they are uninspiring right now. They've lost 3 of 4. They don't look like the kind of team where you feel comfortable taking them as a big favorite ever against anyone. It's going to be anyone. It's going to be Calgary, though. They've been terrible. They finally got a nice win against the Rangers, who are awful right now. I mean, we're talking about the Rangers later. But so Calgary got a win. But aside from that game, they've been just losing every game. So I can understand why Toronto is such a massive favorite here, but I can't take it. It's going to be a pass for me. Free play, I guess I would put it on Toronto, I guess.
Yeah, it's an ugly game, really, Pete. Starting, I think, at 6 o'clock, one of the early ones with the Jays game going at 8. Both penalty kills, 75%. Power plays are doing nothing. Toronto's got them 5-on-5 goals for. But, missing Nylander, too. He's day-to-day. I don't know. I'm trying to get an update on Nylander. I don't know if anyone in the chat has an update, but he's day-to-day. They're also missing a couple other guys. Just Pospisil's out for the Flames. You got Kadri coming back home to Toronto. Expected goals for, though, differential 5-on-5 expected goals for. Flames are actually they're beating the Leafs here. 1.22 Flames is minus 0.27. So I would not be on the Leafs. I took them last week, I know, and that was a loss. Wolf has been a little more shakier this year. Both these goalies actually, Pete, called out their teams, Wolf and Stolarz, this year already. And both their save percentages are 88%. So they're not too happy. Looking at goal differential third period, Flames are a -8, which is not something you exactly want. If they got the lead going into the third period, they one of the weaker teams going to close out games. So I'm going to stay off this. Leafs also have a back-to-back at Columbus tomorrow. So this game stinks. Lean to the under, but going to be a no play here in the Leaf game. Yeah.
Some interesting comments from the comment section. Now, DC Capper likes Toronto here, 1-0. And Talk Sports with JT taking the under in the Pitt Philly game, 6 + 102.
Yeah, I like that.
And some interesting stat. AM, look, here he is. Flames, money line, +175. Bet a team that just blew out its previous opponent by a 3-goal margin or more, only if it's a road dog. And that is also why he likes the Penguins. I guess it does feel like one of those teams is going to win. I don't know. He also likes the Penguins at +142, although let's see, Irish King likes Pittsburgh as well because of the rivalry. Crosby hates Philly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true too. But
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. Sorry, Pete. I want to hear the chat. Mally Mal. Shout out to Mally. I haven't heard
Yeah,
Mally.
Steve G likes Penguins plus 1.5.
Yeah. That's
DC
gonna
Capper likes
be.
Philly money line. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold off. I'm definitely gonna hold off on this one. I might come back and put something on the Philly Pittsburgh game officially. But now let's move on to the next one. Vegas Carolina. I did bet this one. Mr. Goetzer, tell me what you think. Vegas, of course, off of 2 low-scoring road losses. Now after a run of winning, just 1 goal in their last 2 games. So is something wrong with them, or is that just like a blip? And now Carolina coming back for a long trip, lost 2 of the last 3 on their trip. And they are banged up. They have a lot of injuries. I mean, Carolina is a quality team, an excellent team, but they do have a lot of injuries, and they're just dealing with a lot of guys backed up. And I took Vegas first period as a dog. I'd definitely be leaning under here as well. I did bet that one a little bit, actually, just a little bit on the first line I saw. I'll see where the line has moved. But Vegas first period as a dog, why not? Their last 2 games were not good. Should they be able to bounce back here, at least for a period?
I think we're getting a nice line here. I think the line's a little more in Carolina's favor than it should be. The big thing is really you're talking about the health of Carolina. Vegas is completely healthy, and they got an older team. So you want these guys in the lineup, Pete. Really short and sweet, guys. This Vegas team, they just played Florida and Tampa Bay. Kind of laid an egg. Tough game against Tampa. Didn't see the Florida one, but this is still a team that can bounce back. They don't have Hill anymore, Pete. He's going to be out for a little bit. That's one of the goals. I said they're healthy. They are missing Hill. Schmid is going to be starting here. He's 4-1 though, 89% save percentage, guys. Anderson on the other side for the Hurricanes. Similar numbers, 4-1, 90% save percentage. Carolina's been really strong. I'm noticing here in the first period. They're 5-2-1. But then as the game goes on here, third period differential 0. Golden Knights +4. So as the game goes on here and they're healthy, you got Carolina coming back off that road trip. Special teams is big differential here. The worst power play in the NHL right now is the Carolina Hurricanes at 6.9%, going up against Golden Knights at 27.3%. The net penalties I was talking about, guys, -3 for Carolina, +3 for Golden Knights. Coming off these 2 losses, I had to fire on this line, +125 on Vegas. I want the full 60 minutes here. Should be a lower scoring game. I almost fired on no goal in the first 9 minutes, 30 seconds here. But I just think this number, I was surprised by it. And I'm going to jump on the +125. I think they got him 60 minutes tonight.
All right. Well, I'll definitely take Vegas first period +117. And now I'm thinking, I like the under. I like it a bit. Let me see where the line has moved here. So maybe the Carolina team total under, something like that.
Not a bad. Yeah, I was looking at that too. And 5-on-5 is where Carolina's scoring, and Golden Knights are only allowing 16 goals 5-on-5. That's top 10 in the NHL right now. So all the numbers and coming off those 2 losses and the spot for Carolina off that road trip. Yeah. I don't mind that first period, despite those numbers on Carolina, Pete. I think Vegas put a good foot forward here.
Only issue here is that it does look like the line is about 15 cents higher for Carolina than when I first saw, and a very teeny bump to the over as well. Bookmaker or whatever had 6, -110 on both sides. Now it's 112 to the over, and as of right now, clear move to Carolina.
I know. I noticed that the line went up too from the initial, which I thought was a little surprising there. But I'm trusting the Golden Knights. Just they're. I wouldn't be scared off of Schmid. He's still with the defense they have in front of them. They really should be fine. Looking at Carolina, Pete, they do have a lot of their key guys in. But I just think I'm going to stay off the total. I think Vegas win this one tonight.
All right, let's look at what the comment section has to say. Let's see. AM, a revenge game for Vegas. AM likes Vegas +120. Justin McKelvey tail in Vegas. Mally Mal says Vegas can't win road games so far. I mean, in general, is that something that we
this team's looking so much different. You got Brandon Saad on the first line now, Marner on the second. Who else we got here? Colton Sissons on the fourth line here. Riley Smith now on the third. It's a completely different Vegas team. They brought in some big key players too that I think this Vegas team is going to be a good hockey team. They might just need to get a goaltender. Hopefully Hill can hold up, but I'm quite high on Vegas going forward. Carolina too, but both these teams are going to be similar. And a player like Marner, he should do fine against a team like Carolina. They're not as physical as other teams are, so he should be able to have plenty of ice out there, I think, too. And because coming off Tampa Bay and Florida, that's the complete opposite. Those are bigger teams that aren't going to give you much. So I think I think Vegas matches well against Carolina.
Yeah, so that means that against bigger teams, you would expect slower games and lower scoring games. Carolina, higher scoring, right?
Possibly. I think Carolina's gonna have to score 5-on-5, and I don't know if they. I don't know if they're
all
gonna
right. I'm just going to stick with Vegas first period as my only official play here. We'll look at the comment section, and then we'll move on. Mally Mal says Schmidt and net, then there's a chance for Vegas. If it was Hill, I would definitely taken Canes.
Honestly, yeah. Hill's not playing well.
Irish King likes both teams to score in the first period. Okay, so not a Jerry Jones, Las Vegas overrated. Okay, next game. I'll go with Vegas first period, though. Next game, Columbus and Buffalo. This is an interesting one, Mr. Gokster. You tell me, I'm not exactly sure what I think. Maybe my read on both these teams is maybe a little bit wrong. I thought maybe, Buffalo is a very small home favorite, would be the play here. They're off an OT loss at Toronto, but they won 4 or 5 before that. And Columbus, not bad. They've won 3 of their last 4, but at the low line, I was like, well, yeah, should Buffalo really and Buffalo should be able to control this game. But I don't know. Then I know that that Buffalo's goal, it's going to be Luukkonen again, right, for Buffalo. And he's coming off an injury. The last game he played, gave up a bunch of goals. So now I'm thinking maybe Columbus is the play here.
I got Leon confirmed. Alex Leon confirmed, or Lion, however you want to say it.
Leon. Yeah, there he is. Okay, yes, you're right. Okay,
he's going to be in. Played 7 games. 92 save percentage right now. Just this Buffalo team, talking about some injuries quickly here. They got Bryson day-to-day, Greenway's out, Norris is out, Danforth's out, and Kearsling's out. They're missing a couple players here. They're not as deep as you might want against a team like Columbus, who's very fast. Special teams has been poor for Columbus, but 5-on-5, they're +7 goals for, goals against 5-on-5 compared to a -3 for Buffalo. Looking at net penalties, both these teams are taking penalties. They're -7 Columbus, -5 Buffalo. I would think there's going to be some goals here tonight. Buffalo's 1-3-5 though in the first period, not coming off to not winning many games in the first period, or at least leading. Sorry, and then third period differential, slight edge to Columbus. Goaltending wise, you got Greaves going too. This kid's good. He's a shorter goalie, kind of like Saros, Pete, but very quick. 90.3% save percentage, 1-3 on the year. They got a back-to-back against Toronto tomorrow. I end up firing on both teams to score in the first period. I think we get some fireworks early here. Both these teams, like I said, I'm a little worried about Buffalo going up against this Blue Jackets team that's fairly healthy on offense, just missing Miles Wood. They've been generating more goals 5-on-5. And then looking at Sabres defensively, it's been a problem. And they're missing some key players, one of them being the defenseman. So I would lean towards Columbus, but I end up firing here, guys. Both teams to score +140 in the first period.
All right. Yeah, it looks like there's been a very small move to Columbus from the first line that I saw. Yeah. Nothing on the total. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I would lean more. I'm thinking about. I would lean towards them here, Pete. Special teams. That's where Columbus can get. That's where they can. They might be in trouble here. 93% penalty kill for the Sabres. So 5-on-5, and then with the injuries too to the Sabres, I think Columbus should be able to skate. They're going to dictate the pace here, I think.
Yeah, Mally Mal says Jackets a hard team for me to read. Probably passing this game. I feel the same way. Talk Sports with JT leans Jackets first period. Irish King likes both teams to score in the first period. Talk Sports leans over, and DC Capper likes the Buffalo money line. That's full game. God, I would love to take Columbus first period, right? But this guy Leon, guess I'm a little scared of him.
Alex Leon, he's nothing really to be scared. Journeyman, more AHL numbers, and the NHL numbers are probably pretty similar. Jet Greaves, you could say the same, but this guy, he took Columbus's farm team pretty far in the AHL, and he's finally getting his shine in the NHL now. So he's more the future Jet Greaves.
All right, I will hold off on. I will hold off on this one. Now let's move on, Mr. Gokster. Next game, Anaheim, Florida. Florida, a big favorite here against Anaheim, and Florida, of course, off a nice shutout win over Vegas. That was a bounce back though, because Bobrovsky, had a bad game before that. Florida's now they've won 2 of 3. They they're overall this year they've been underwhelming, but they've still been pretty good at home. Anaheim, on the upswing, and a lot of times as a big dog, pretty clearly a team that is undervalued more often than not. Yeah. So I was thinking maybe Anaheim here, but then they do have injury issues, right? That guy Gudas is out, and then I'm not sure if Granlund is going to be in. So they're a little bit banged up. Anaheim and also Florida does seem to be very solid at home. So that held me off it. But I was leaning, Anaheim first period, maybe leaning over, maybe Anaheim team total over. I don't know though. But when Bobrovsky's on, he can pitch a shutout against anyone, I guess. So what do you think here, Gokster?
Yeah, that's just it. And also Kreider, Pete. Chris Kreider is also day-to-day for the Ducks. So they got 3 guys that were a little unknown right now. Pretty all-important pieces for the Anaheim Ducks. And then on the other side, the Panthers, though, Gadjevich out, Marchie's out, Kulikov, Kachuk, Nosak, Barkov. They're missing some key players, too. So, you know what? You got some decent goaltending matchup going here. You got Dostal, which I don't mind Dostal. He's got a 90% save percentage. And then Bobrovsky brought up his numbers on the other side. Ducks very poor in the first period, 0-2-6 in the first period. I'm going to go towards the no goal in the first 9 minutes, 30 seconds plus 125. You can take kind of whatever sort of under you could take the Ducks team total under 2.5. That's probably going to be too juiced. Under 5.5. I would imagine this game's at first period under 1.5. I just don't see this. I don't see the Panthers. It's not like the Ducks have been a scrappy team, but they've been playing some lower scoring games and they're just missing so many key players to this offense for Florida. And then the Ducks got some key guys day to day. So this feels like a lot of dump and chase going on here. So give me the no goal early, but I think any way you want to look at it, this is an under.
All right, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean Florida is 4-1 at home, but they were a big favorite in most of those games, and they didn't really win convincingly. One loss to Pittsburgh as a big favorite. The others were just to start the year, not really steamrolling, but they're still a team that's tough to fade when they're at home. All right, let's see. Rich Rank. Yeah, I know I look like Steven Adams. Okay, I'm not happy about it, but it's how God made me, and also how I shave myself to look. So there you go. All right. Nate Dogg likes first period over in the and Talk Sports with JT says Ducks lose. Irish King likes Florida first period.
Yeah, what do we got here? Florida's coming off of 3-0 win. I just don't see Anaheim getting doing a lot here. You got Quenneville too as the coach for the Ducks, so completely different Ducks team than you've seen in the past. This is an ugly game, really. I think on the card, I did take the no goal, but I just don't see. I don't see a lot of offense here tonight. I just don't.
Yeah, man. God, the more I am thinking about this, the more I'm thinking, man, Florida just might be the play. Although, Anaheim, it's moved about 10 cents in Anaheim's favor so far. We'll see where it closes. And also the total has jumped from the first line I saw about 15 cents, Mr. Gokster.
To the over?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a scrappy team. Whenever I see Troy Terry on the third line, that guy was a first liner for a while. So they got some young talent, this Ducks team, that you got to look out for. So, and this Florida team's going to want to try and neutralize that with the physicality. So, yeah, it's a stinky game.
All right, let's move on. Islanders in Boston. The Isles had been rolling, lost their last game at Philly, but Mr. Gokster, do you think the Islanders rolling that we saw from them before that is for real? And then Boston's on a back-to-back. They lost 7-2 yesterday, and that makes them now 1-7 in their last 8 games. So Boston having all kinds of issues. Is Boston going to be able to bounce back here first period after an embarrassing loss? Maybe. And it depends on, how legit, good, or great maybe the Islanders are right now. I know they have some exciting pieces on their roster right now. Boston really stinking it up, though. What do you think?
They are. It's defensively too, Pete. Swayman was in last night, got lit up, I think, for 7 it was. They're going with Korpisalo. He's got an 84% save percentage this year. 4 games, 1-3. Not a good sign. -3 goal differential in the third period. Goals against 5-on-5, 25 for the Bruins. That's probably the worst in the NHL right now. Islanders on the other side, they're scoring goals 22, 5-on-5. Power plays are about the same. Decent penalty kill for the Bruins, but I would have to lean towards the Islanders on the back-to-back. I would think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I had both teams to score first period. I scratched that one. I do think they're going to score 3 goals, though, the Islanders here, guys, against Korpisalo. Bruins are going to try and play much more defensively. I think you have to. Whenever you at least get 7 against, especially a back-to-back the next game, usually you're going to have a better defensive performance. So
unless you're not capable of it.
That's true, but looking at their defense here, it's not like they got Lorai, McAvoy, Zadorov, Peak. They're not missing any of their. Like, there's no reason necessarily why they're not able to be better defensively. Offensively, I get it. They don't have a lot of big names other than Pasternak. Zaka, Arvidsson, Middlestat, Tanner Jeannot, Fraser Mitten, Essimont, all these guys they picked up from different teams in the last 3 years. So they just don't really have an identity, I think, this Bruins team at the moment. So, and then this Islanders team, you're talking about Schaefer, the young kid there. He's brought a spark to this Islanders team. I am on the Islanders guys money line and their team total over 2.5, minus 125. That's going to be the highest juice all on the whole card. So I just think it's a tough spot. They didn't look good. I think it's going to be tough for them. They're going to try, like you said, maybe they can't beat, but I think they're going to try. That's going to be their mindset. This game is to let's not do what we just did last game here. Play a little more sound. So
it's like in college football when some shitty team has 14 returning starters. You're like, yeah, that's not a good thing. The line has moved a teeny bit in the Islanders' favor, and it's jumped pretty significantly to the over from the first line that I saw. The Islanders team total over might be worth a shot.
3.5, Pete.
Yeah, I don't know. DC Capper likes the Islanders money line.
Yeah, this one, if you don't think, I'm not going to think too hard about this one, really. Like, I just have a tough case for making a tough case for the Bruins, especially with your backup going in on a back-to-back. Yeah, it's but like I said, like, they got an 87% penalty kill, though. So, like, their penalty kill is decent. It's just 5-on-5, 25 goals against. That's a problem. And Islanders have been scoring 5-on-5. So it
all right. Well, comment section on other side. Talk Sports with JT likes Boston. DC Capper likes Islanders. And I think I'm going to pass for now. All right. Next game, Tampa Bay, Nashville. Mr. Gokster, I did bet this one. You tell me what if you think I made a wrong decision. Tampa Bay, they've just been bad pretty much. They've now won 2 in a row, but I don't think they were really convincing. They were close wins, a decent-sized home favorite. Now they go on the road. So I'm not sure going forward how much we should expect Tampa Bay, to start improving. I mean, they do have Kucherov and whatever, but they just haven't gotten it done. And then you have Nashville. I'm also not sure what to make of them right now. They've won 2 of the last 3. My sense is that, of course, last year was a disaster for them. My sense is that they'd maybe be undervalued in spots this year. Their last 3 were okay. I know that Roman Josi is banged up and he's out. At the line, though, I was thinking it would be Nashville and the under, and Tampa Bay team total under might be very good. Saros, I believe Saros should be in, right? Saros is the goalie, right?
Yeah, Saros.
Yeah. So he's all right. And I just unless Tampa Bay, some of the names in their lineup makes you think, this is a good team that can score them, everything, but just hasn't happened this year. So I did take a small shot with both Nashville and the under when the lines came out, and I'd be leaning Tampa Bay team total under. What do you think?
I would agree there. I just saw the last couple games though from the Lightning, and Vasilevsky, Pete, looks like he's kind of coming into form. He's 1-3-2 on the year, 89% save percentage, but especially that game against Vegas, he looked pretty damn good. Saros is 4-2-2. He's played 8 games already, which is that's quite a bit. 91% save percentage. So both goalies are playing quite well. Discrepancy here though, first period 1-2-7 for the Predators compared to 5-3-1 for the Lightning. Oof. As the game goes on though, -4 for the Lightning in the third period, -2 for the Predators. So I don't know if the Predators are going to be able to take advantage of it. Special teams, 90% penalty kill for the Lightning, 89% for the Preds, and the power plays are shite. 16% for Tampa Bay and 9% for the Preds. This feels like an underpeat. I went with no goal in the first. Classic Gokster here. No goal first 9 minutes, 30 seconds, +115. I lean towards Tampa Bay, but I think the line's a little too high there. So I stayed off that. But I just think it's going to be a lower scoring game. You also got you got Stammer playing his former team here. I just think it's going to be a tighter game, guys. Just short and sweet. Both these goalies are in good form, and Tampa Bay.
Are they though? Saros has gotten lit up in 2 of his last 3 home starts.
Who is that against?
LA gave up 4 goals. Anaheim gave up 5, and then in the middle he gave up 1 to Vancouver. But
yeah. Well, so that just tells he's been facing a lot of rubber. Then he still has a 91% save percentage, allowing a lot of those goals. My lean was towards Tampa Bay here. What is the line on Tampa Bay right now? It's too high.
Yeah, it hasn't. The first line I saw was Nashville plus 140, Tampa Bay 160, and now it's moved about 4 cents in Nashville's favor. So right now, 136 for Nashville, 156 for Tampa Bay. Total hasn't moved at all, really.
Yeah, I wanted to take Tampa, Pete, but I'm not. I think that line is that's way that's a lot for Tampa Bay. I get the Predators, and like you said, those numbers for Saros, but Stammer circled this game for sure. Whoever gets to play his former team. I just think it's going to be a tighter game here. I really do.
Well,
goaltending.
We have some strong opinions now coming in. Well, Steve G likes the Preds plus 1.5, but Drewski says Tampa Bay money line Preds are terrible. Kent Davies thinking I might have
minus
to add
160.
Go ahead.
At minus 160, just at minus 160, that's laying a little bit there, and
but that's how they get you.
Exactly. That's why I'm staying off it. I love my plus money, so maybe regulation you could do, or maybe even I would go maybe Tampa Bay money line and then Nashville team total under maybe 3. Try to get a 3 if you can, 2.5. If Lightning win, I don't see it being a high scoring game with the way Vasilevsky, in my opinion, is coming into form.
Mally Mal says he hates Nashville and never win when they're supposed to. I hate that team. Yeah, I mean, last year they were underwhelming, and then they'd lose a bunch in a row, and they'd be pissed off and going against a very beatable team at home, and he'd be like, they got to get it done here, and they wouldn't. And so
and their numbers in the first period 1, 2, and 7. They're not starting very, very strong. They're not starting coming off a loss, but yeah.
Jesus, man. Yeah, what to do here? Gosh.
I think the Bucks nailed the line. If they would have made this minus 130, 135, I'd probably jump on Tampa Bay. But
what's going on with Tampa Bay? They have not been explosive offensively this year like they have been in recent years.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. My one buddy says they're tanking for McKenna. That's not true. They're definitely not tanking for McKenna. They got Bjorkster third line, Gonzalez, unknown right winger right now in the second line. They still got their key players like Gunsel, Point, Kucherov. They're just not getting the production. They're missing actually Paul, Big Paul there. Nick Paul played for Belleville here. He's been out. He's usually, I think he's a centerman actually on the third line. So he's been out, and also Saburn. Don't got to worry about Saburn. He's just a big meathead running around out there. So Kucherov's been just carrying this team though, Pete. They're going as far as he's going. They kind of need more production from the rest of the of this team, and Nashville's not too strong defensively, and even 5-on-5, 23 goals against 5-on-5. Strong special teams, but
all right. Well, I'm going to pass officially on this one, even though I might have to let my my early modest bets on Nashville in the under roll. Next game, Winnipeg, Minnesota. I did bet this one, Mr. Gokster, and I hope I didn't bet into the sucker play of the card. I did take Winnipeg. Winnipeg has lost 2 of the last 3 at home after starting the year great. Minnesota, I know Jimmy the Bag was high on Minnesota early in the year, heading into the season, but they have been bad. I know they're banged up. They've lost 6 out of 7. Their only win was at the Rangers, which is almost a gimme at this point. And so the line really didn't make any sense to me at all when I saw it almost even on both sides for both teams. I didn't pull the trigger then, but then when it started to go in Winnipeg's favor, I said, all right, I'll take it. I took a shot with Winnipeg. Might be I might hedge out of it by the time the game goes, but it's possible that is the sucker play of the week, if not of today's card. Winnipeg, they've been good. Their last 2 games were not, and they lost 2 of the last 3. So the reports are they should be trying to get it together here on the road. Minnesota often has a nice home advantage, but they just don't look good right now. And I did take Winnipeg. Maybe I got totally suckered.
Well, this the Minnesota's not scoring. Yeah, they're really not scoring right now. 13 goals, 5-on-5, 22 against 5-on-5. So they're struggling 5-on-5. This is a weird team right now. So the net penalties are plus 19. So they're taking it. The other teams are taking penalties. And then in response to that, Pete, they got a 32% power play. So their power play has been great. Their penalty kill sucks though, 90%. But on the other side, the Jets, they got a 92% penalty kill. So I do think it's going to kind of the best part of the Wild's game is going to kind of be stymied, I guess you could say, by the Jets penalty kill. And then also looking at third period goal differential, -8 for the Wild. So they're struggling to close out games. And then the Jets are +3 in that sense. So goaltending too, Gustafson's been struggling. 2-5 with an 89% save percentage. A save percentage is not the greatest, but that just tells me they're not scoring enough for him to get the wins. Penalty kill is solid, or power play, is solid for the Jets. Big discrepancy, like I said, in the Wild's penalty kill at 60%. So I did jump on the Jets too, Pete, -109. Kind of surprised, you could say, at how low that line is. Would have thought it might have been a little bit higher here, but I'm gonna take that. I guess you could say just because they've lost the last 3, but six goals to San Jose. Fast teams they've struggled against. Utah's been a fast team this year. They played some good hockey teams, fast hockey teams. Jersey they lost to 2-1 to Philly, slower team. 5-1 to Washington. 5 against Dallas. They're struggling defensively, and I think the Jets should be able to score here coming off the loss. They haven't lost back-to-back this year yet. Been good and bad in that spot. So give me the Jets -109. Not gonna worry too much about the line.
Look at this. Drewski likes Jets money line or pass, but AM. Look at this. DC Capper likes Minnesota money line, and AM says bet on teams that allowed 4+ goals if they are a home underdog. Blah blah. He says if the Wild get to +105, which is entirely possible, they would be the best bet on the board, which would go in line with what I just said, which would mean that taking Winnipeg is the biggest soccer play on the board.
Yeah. Like, how do you see them winning this game then? Would Wild win this a low-scoring game, a high-scoring game? Like, I just don't see the path of the Wild winning here. I guess it would have to be a low-scoring game just based on how they haven't been able to score. Yeah, I don't know.
Look at this. AM. Making the case for Minnesota, and that would all. I mean, look. As soon as I saw this line, I was like, "This is the most suspicious line I've seen all season." I think, at least as far back as my memory goes, which is not that far. But
yeah,
definitely a suspicious line.
They're just they haven't won. They've won 1 game in their last 7. You could say the spot they should win. I just don't think the Winnipeg is the team that they're gonna. I just don't think that's the team. I haven't caught a lot of Winnipeg games. I don't know if anyone in the chat here can say kind of, what they've been doing. 3-0 loss at home, 3-2 at home to Utah. They're going on the road here. What they do? They're 3-0 on the road thus far. They've been solid on the road.
Like you said, Minnesota, they've lost 6 out of the last 7. Is it possible the books don't know that?
They could, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they took a big bet on Minnesota here. So they're like, all right, we can't put this at plus whatever. We got to put this closer. I don't know, Pete. I don't know.
I bet you the guy who set this line, if you told him Minnesota lost 6 of the last 7, he'd be like, what? Are you serious?
Oh, no, you know what, Pete?
No idea.
This guy's got a stogie and he's sitting back going, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Bet Winnipeg. I don't know. You're right. This is kind of, I'm taking Winnipeg. You know what? Maybe I got the fish hook in me right now, but can't do it.
Kent Davies says, I think a suspicious line mean under and maybe a draw bet. Yeah, Kent Davies. I use similar thought processes for soccer.
I just don't I don't see the Wild scoring more than 3 goals tonight. So if they're going to win, it's going to have to be like 2-1, I think.
All right, let me just I've been having a good time. Let me just think about what I want to do here. Yeah, so let's see. I mean, I'm really curious to see where this line closes because there has been a teeny move towards Winnipeg and a teeny move towards the under. The under makes sense, right?
Yeah, it would make sense. Like, excuse me, coffee. It would have to, like, the way the Wild want to play here, coming off all those, like you say, can they though, Pete? Just like the Bruins, can they? I don't know if they can. I don't know if they can. I think this Jets team isn't the team you want to mess with either right now.
I mean, Gustafson's got smoked.
Yeah, and that's not like he's not right now, and should like a get right spot should have been that game against San Jose, and they got their asses kicked. So,
all right, I'll think about what I want to do. I will hold off on official play. Next game, Detroit St. Louis. Detroit in general has been good. Their last 2 road games were bad losses, but in general, pretty good. St. Louis, they're on a back-to-back. They got beat down at Pitt yesterday. They're still struggling. And of course, 2 games ago, Detroit's last game, St. Louis 2 games ago, St. Louis was way up. They were up 4-0, and Detroit came all the way back and won the game. So the question is, who's going to bounce back? Will St. Louis bounce back after the embarrassing loss? Or does Detroit have real mojo here? Or does St. Louis have, some kind of revenge on their mind? And of course, the total in light of everything seems a little bit low. I don't know. I think once again, I'm going to pass. Maybe wait till closer to game time to see what the market says. What do you think, Gokster?
Yeah, this game stinks. I think Pete, minus 110 on each side too. Slight money, or minus 115 on St. Louis. Money's coming on Detroit a little bit, so I'm staying off this game. St. Louis. They're defensively, they look like they got some issues. I would lean towards the over. Money's coming on the under. Third period differential, though, +4 Red Wings, -2 for the Blues. I guess that's why they're, 3-6 and 6-3. 5-on-5, not a lot of goals happening between the two teams. They're allowing a lot. Expected goals, though, 5-on-5 differentials. 5.16 for St. Louis, -0.87 for Detroit. So, goaltending wise, though, Johnny Gibson, Anaheim legend there, he's on Detroit now. He's got an 87% save percentage on the road. I don't like that. Binnington, 2-3-1, 87% save percentage. He's going to be at home. Should be it's going to be tough, though, because this Red Wings team can, I was going to say can score, but 5-on-5, they haven't really done a whole lot. I'm staying off this game. I'm humming and hawing a lot. I would lean towards the over, though, in this game, Pete.
Yeah, man, this is pretty crazy.
This
game, not at AM. Shout out to AM.
Yeah.
Poster of the show today with all these great comments saying that if the Blues became dogs, he would move on them. Bet on teams that allowed 4+ goals in each of their last 2 games. I don't know if they are home dogs today. AM said Blues with revenge. Of course, Kent Davies. These Blues have no defense. Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
Yeah. I think there could be, I got both teams to score, and both teams to score 3 goals, just didn't fire on it, but that's where I was leaning towards in this game.
They've been a little bit, I guess, a little bit better at home. God, the Blues have some, have some ugly numbers here defensively. All right. Let's see. All right. Okay. Let's move on. Going to be past me as well. Washington, Dallas is the next one. Washington's good, but they're off a 7-1 home loss, right? Dallas is probably good. I think I'm going to have to ask Jimmy the Bag what he thinks about Dallas. They've definitely been underwhelming so far this season. They had been losing. They've now lost 2 in a row. They can get a win, but they're just not. They're just definitely underwhelming and underachieving right now. And after the 7-1 loss, I don't know. I was thinking under. Maybe I don't know about first period under though, but definitely leaning under. And I know that the Caps don't have Dylan Strome, so he's their second leading scorer. That doesn't help. Leaning under, and I was thinking maybe Washington first period off the bad loss. I don't know. What do you think?
That's exactly. I just added that. I think Washington's a spot here. I think the injuries right now, day to day, Hintz and Duchesne. So big players you need an update on. But Hintz or Duchesne, even if one of them's missing out of the lineup, that's big. You're missing Jamie Benn as well. Ovechkin, McMichael, Ryan Leonard. Young player on the first line here. Portress, big second line, fast third line here. Defensively, not missing anybody. Goaltending wise, so there's discrepancy here. Where are we here? Thompson, 94%, 93.8% save percentage right now. Ottinger's got about a 89.9. Third period differential, though, guys. I think this is big. +4 for the Caps, -1 for the Stars. Coming off a 7-1 loss to a team that's only allowed 12 goals, 5-on-5. So that was just an outlier, I think, the last game. The one issue, though, I'm seeing here is they got to stay out of the box. Both these teams do, really. 66% penalty kill for the Caps, 67% for the Stars, and both teams got really good power plays, especially the Stars. So I think Sandin's out too, and Strome. So you're missing a couple key players there. But I think Washington here, Pete, I think they're going to bounce back. It is a good team in the Stars. But with no Hintz and Duchesne, if they're going to be day to day, and if they're going to be out, you're going to see money moving. Actually, that's a good question, Pete. Just to see where the money's moved, slight movement towards Washington, eh?
Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a market. Yeah, a small but not 3 cent, like a 7-8 cent move towards Washington, and about a 5 cent move to the under.
This is big. Just knowing if who's going to be playing here. Looks like Hintz and Duchesne all out. Looks like back Hintz. Okay, so there you go. There you go. They're going to be going 7-11, so they're going to be going with more defensemen in this matchup too, Dallas. Hintz and Duchesne are going to be out. So, I think missing 2 key players like that, money should start maybe even pouring in more on Washington now. I like Washington. I'm doubling up too, Pete. First period and full game after that 7-1 loss to Ottawa. Let's go Caps.
Okay. I am going to take the under. You think the under is an okay play here, right?
Yeah, like the Stars aren't. Yeah, and in the way the Caps play, this would feel like an under for sure. And if you're getting 6, then I would jump on that.
Well, I could take 6, but you know me, baby. I'm going to take a shot with 6.5. And I'll take that minus 145 instead of 6 minus. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's not bad. I thought you were going to get like 180. I like that.
No. Minus 145. And then I think I'm also going to throw something on Dallas missing 2 defensemen, right?
Dallas are missing 2 key offensive players. I think the Stars team total under might be the play too.
Yeah, because Logan Thompson confirmed, and he's
been money.
He's quite good, isn't he?
He's been money, and the Caps got the best 5-on-5 goals against in the league, next to the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, the Dallas team total over. That's not bad.
Under. Dallas team total under.
Right. Sorry, that's what I meant. Team total under. That's what I meant. Yeah. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I think I'm going to add that one. I mean, it's going to be a juicy line here. All right. Minus 163. But I will take that one. I'll also add on Dallas team total under 3.5 minus 163.
The safe way. I like it.
I could probably get better. And what about just Washington first period? I mean, what did you say? You said Washington's not good first period.
No, they're both even. Well, 4-4-1 for Dallas, 3-3-3 for the Caps. Coming off a 7-1 loss, there's no way they're not going to be fired up for this one. There's no way.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Right, and I'm also going to add on Washington first period, which let me shop around a little bit here.
And they're going to find out that Hintz and Duchesne are out for this game, so it's like Washington's they're going to be licking their chops here. I think in this game.
I'll take it. Plus 110. Washington first period money line plus 110. All right, 3 plays on this game. Let's look at this. Caps are best. Yeah, and a huge loss when he's out. So Strome, that is a big loss, though, isn't it?
It is. It is. I think this team's deep enough, though, and they got a good core too. So I think they're fine.
Kent Davies liking the under.
Yeah, under makes sense. It does too. Like it's Dallas aren't going to play a high scoring game. They're adding an extra defenseman in this game, losing him forward. So
I might add another one. I might chuck on the first period under 1.5 plus 100. Right?
Wow, that's the game of the night.
Why not? I mean, a lot of times you get fluky first period goals. That's always annoying when that happens. That can easily happen. But why not?
Why not? I think this is the ESPN game of the night too. So perfect.
How about first period under 2.5 minus 331? How about that? No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. That's a joke. So for the ESPN games, do you think they play more flashy or more intense? Like a player?
You're not going to get embarrassed. I think. Even with that. This feels like an under. Even.
All right, what the hell? I'll add another one on. Washington, Dallas. First period under 1.5 plus 103. I'll take that one. All right, look at the comment section, and then we'll move on. Interesting game there.
Only way, well, you know what? They're missing Hintz and Duchesne on their power play, so there goes some of their power play numbers too for Dallas. So, yeah, everything's adding up to Washington, in my opinion.
Okay, great. Thanks, Gokster and everyone. All right, next game on the card, Ottawa, Chicago. Ottawa on a back-to-back. They crushed Boston yesterday. That's 2 straight 7-goal wins for Ottawa, right? Very impressive. Chicago, they're off a loss, but they've won 4 out of 6, and we know what their deal is. They're rebuilding, trying to build around Bedard, and they are, a team that tends to have value as a big dog, but their dog lines are going to start to get more modest and smaller. And here they are, just a very modest home dog here against Ottawa. I still think they might be a good play. First period money line to score in the first period. Maybe Chicago to score first, something like that. Ottawa off of on a back-to-back off a huge win. What do you think?
Ottawa's they're a Jekyll and Hyde team. Like for them to score 7 goals in the last 2 games, I didn't see that one coming, especially what against the Capitals. Blackhawks have been scrappy all year, though, Pete. One thing I'm noticing though here, net penalties though -9, so they've been allowing some teams to get on the power play, but their penalty kill has been 85%, 64% penalty kill for the Sens. Blackhawks aren't doing a whole lot with it though, 15% themselves. It's gonna have to be 5-on-5. Excuse me. Blackhawks are allowing 14 goals 5-on-5 compared to 19 for the Sens. This is a game I'm going to stay away from the side. I'm going with both teams to score in the first period. I do think the Blackhawks have been they've been decent first period. Well, 3-1-5. They've only lost once though in the first period. 3-3-3 for the Sens. Goaltending though, you got Allmark going 87% save percentage, not been the best, and that's a question mark actually too. Oh, he is in because Allmark's been out. He's been out, I believe. They had Merilainen come up there and play more games there just because he was out. So I think Allmark's coming back off injury, if I'm not wrong there. And then Knight 3-2-1, 93.7% save percentage. So Spencer Knight's been low key really good this year. I'm staying off this side. I'm just going both teams to score first period plus 155. I wouldn't be surprised though if Senators lay an egg here and Blackhawks win this one.
I'm definitely going to take Blackhawks first period plus 110. I might also take them to score in the first and maybe just the team total over. What do you think about the team total over?
Oh, of 2.5 for the Blackhawks? Yeah. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. On the back-to-back for the Senators, it's a much faster team than the Boston was. One thing is, though, they're missing Bertuzzi and Mikheyev. They're at least their day-to-day, so those are kind of 2 important players there, top 3-line players, Bertuzzi and Mikheyev. You're going to want in the lineup if you're going to want more offense, in my opinion. So, this game is a tough one, in my opinion. It's not a game I love, but I do see some goals early.
I was actually leaning to the under on this one, but you think maybe no?
This isn't one I got a good case, I think, in the courtroom. I think there's still a chance this can happen, but, more we're talking it out, it's just not a lot of conviction in this one, I think, Pete.
Spencer Knight, okay? He's all right?
He's been solid. Like, he's been low-key really good. Senators have been great, but the spot just doesn't scream Senators. Yeah, they're coming off those 7 goals, but I don't think it's going to be that easy to do that again, especially against a goalie that's playing good hockey. So,
yeah. All right, I'm going to add on the under to this one. As well.
Okay.
This one though, I'm just going to take the 6 minus 114. I'll just take the 6 minus 114. Ottawa, Chicago under 6, just because of the uncertainty with Allmark. Under 6 minus 114. Sorry.
I don't know what I'm going to get from Allmark, really. That's the problem. Yeah.
I think he'll be all right. But all right, let's look at the comments section, and then we will. Brendan Gregory likes Knight saves 25 minus 160 free. Aubrey likes the Blackhawks. Yeah.
You know what?
Davies, Ottawa coming in fat and happy. Drewski likes Sens money line again. Steve G, Chicago. Go ahead.
This is an interesting game. I'm going to start coming with some goalie props next show there because how much we break down the goalies. There's definitely money to be made in these safe props.
Now let's move on. One of the most interesting games on the card, New Jersey and Colorado, right? Now, New Jersey absolutely rolling. I think they've only lost once, right? Is that true?
What do we got here? 8-1, yeah.
Yeah, wow. They're unbelievable, right?
Wow.
Colorado, big names in that lineup, but they've lost 4 in a row. And, of course, this is second of a home and home. New Jersey's not losing at all, but if you look at their wins, they weren't against the toughest competition. Colorado lost 4 in a row. So they're definitely, not as good as some people might have, expected them to be right now. Mm-hmm. I was thinking about taking Colorado anyway. I know that also there is a defenseman who's out for New Jersey, and that is not good. Of course, Colorado's been dealing with injuries all year. I did take a small shot with Colorado. I took a -1 on the early line that I saw, and I think it's actually moved in their favor, which is nice to see. Very scary to go against New Jersey, though. What do you think, Gokster?
It is, but I think this is a bad spot kind of for the Devils. Like you said, Pesci is the defenseman. He's out. Glass is out. Dadonov, he's been out for a little while. But they're not necessarily like their numbers. They're 19 goals, 5-on-5 compared to 25 for the Avalanche. And both these teams, they're allowing 17 Devils, 18 Avalanche. So edge is in Colorado's favor there, in my opinion. It's just the power play. 30% power play for the Devils right now. 90% penalty kill, though, for the Avalanche. So I think that gets nullified there. And then looking at net penalties, who's going to be in the box more? I would say the Devils are. They're -4 compared to a +9 for the Avalanche. So coming off these losses too, and then look at this third period stat. Best team I'd say in the league third period is the Colorado Avalanche, +10 in the third period. Yet they're 5-5. That doesn't add up. I think you got some wins coming and that's why this book they set this line at 155, 160, and when you're going up against a team that's 8-1, some people probably just jumping on the dog, but I think Avalanche got this one. And then Markstrom's 2-1 with an 84% save percentage. I think they're getting away with it right now, the Devils. And this team in Colorado is not the team you want to play coming off 4 losses. You know what? I'm going to add this one. I didn't have it checked off, but I'm going to go. I'm going to go Colorado. I like them in regulation. I'm going to try and find the best line for them in reg, Pete.
Okay, and I will add them as well. -1 +102. -1 +102. Won't overthink it. AM says once the Devils lose, immediately bet against them in their next game. Great. AM, Graham, AM. DC Capper says pass on this one, but Kent Davies, Avs -1 +104. AM says Avs revenge spot. Okay, let's move on. Just going to take it, and if the Devils win again, good for them. Next game on the card, Utah Edmonton. This is a scary one. I don't have anything on this one. Utah, of course, been awesome. They've won 7 in a row, and Edmonton started out the year pretty mediocre, right? Edmonton, a decent-sized favorite here. But how much is Utah going to roll? And as a dog, I don't know. Utah first period, full game. I don't know what to make of these two teams, really. How awesome Utah is going to be going forward and how mediocre Edmonton's going to be going forward. What do you think, Gokster?
This Utah team's probably the hottest team in the league right now. They're scoring goals against you name the team. They're scoring up. They're scoring. I'm staying off this one. +6 third period differential to -1 advantage Mammoth. Then the new team, the new city. They're just or the new name. Sorry, I should say in the Mammoth. They're not a team I want to mess with right now. I have a crazy bet here. I'm not going to take it though, but I was thinking a first period draw or even overtime in this game. I think the line, -150. That's I don't think this is like the Devils in Colorado game where Colorado's definitely the player. Like I don't think Oilers are definitely the play here. Coming off a couple losses off the 2 bad road games they had, should have a better game here. But Utah's, they're hotter than fish grease right now. So I'm going to stay off this one. Vegmelka too, Veggie. That's how I call him. He's 6-1, 90% save percentage. This team's just winning in front of him right now. So staying off this game. No play.
Okay, me too. And Drewski likes Utah money line, which can't make an argument against it. And Kent Davies likes the over. The over 6 -115. These two teams don't stop. Yeah, that might be a play, but I'm gonna pass on that one as well. All right, next one. Here we go. The Rangers, most interesting team in hockey, and not for good reasons. You just can't look away. It's painful to watch, but you can't look away from the Rangers. They continue to absolutely suck at home. On the road, though, they do have some life. They lost the last game they lost at Calgary 5-1, but they've been absolutely ugly at home, and on the road they've had some nice performances. Now they're going on the road against Vancouver. This is JT Miller's first game back in Vancouver.
Yep.
So I don't know what to expect here. And Vancouver's also banged up
big time.
I don't know. Do we take the Rangers here?
I did it. You know what? Maybe I'm a sucker, but this was the play that jumped off the board for me was the Rangers here, Pete. I think the Canucks here, they're getting banged up. No Hughes, Mancini's day-to-day as well. You had Heedles out for a long time. Hoglander, Bluger, Forbert. They're doing with there are a lot of the Abbotsford players right now, and just how bad the Rangers have been playing. It's they're going to get her going sooner than later. And I just think this is a good spot against this Canucks team. They're a -6 in the third period. Rangers are a +1. Penalties, -3 the Canucks, 0 for the Rangers. They're just not scoring 5-on-5. But I don't necessarily think the Canucks are going to be scoring a whole bunch 5-on-5 themselves. So lower scoring game could be in play, but I think the line's low enough where -118 on the Rangers is going to be a play. They're this Scanlon. Not too familiar with this guy. Day to day, Rempe's out and Trocheck. Could get Trocheck back soon, but their penalty kill solid too. Expected goals 5-on-5, +5 for the Rangers, -5.27 for the Canucks. So sooner than later, they're going to get her going. And I think this is the perfect team. Only bright spot really is Demko, I think, for the Canucks tonight. So give me the Rangers.
Look at this. Drewski, Vancouver money line. Irish King, Vancouver money line.
Wow. All right. First period, Rangers have been shite. But coming off that 5-1 loss, and a 3-1 loss before that, they have been playing some ugly hockey, but the ship's going to turn around. It's got her, or else, Sully's going to be in some hot water here. So I don't think they're going to get rid of him, but it's clearly it's off to a slow start. But I think this is a good spot for the Rangers, Pete.
You don't think they have the balls to fire him mid-season?
If it continues to be really bad and it's like an embarrassment spot where they're getting embarrassed by teams and it's getting loud, then possibly. But I don't see that happening with this Ranger team. And I see them turning around. Good spot tonight.
Look at this shit.
Yeah,
Look at
bro.
this shit. -166, home favorite, they lose. -277, home favorite, they lose. They go into Calgary, who hasn't won in 8 games. They're only a -125 favorite in that one. They lose by 4.
Well, I'm trusting the boys here. Let's go.
Okay.
Rangers. Let's
I'm
go.
going to be rooting for you, pal. All right, let's move on. Next game, Montreal, Seattle. 2 very good teams here, right? Montreal, overall, they've been good. This is the last game of their trip. They've won 2 of 3 on this trip so far. Seattle, 3 good home wins. And they seem to play a lower scoring game at home when they can control the pace, higher scoring on the road. Montreal, I don't want to fade, but free play, I'd take Seattle as a home dog and lean under, I guess, even though Montreal can put up some points. What do you think about this one?
Whenever these two teams play, Pete, there's usually fireworks. Since 2024, 6 goals, 10 goals, 9 goals, and 9 goals. So, and this year it was 5-4 already at Montreal. I think just whenever these two teams play, it's just fireworks. And I think we're going to get it here tonight. Montembeau's going. Monty's got an 84% save percentage, not the best. They've been on a road trip for a while, Montreal too. Calgary won, big loss to the Edmonton 6-5, squeaked by Vancouver 4-3. I see there being goals here tonight. On the other side, the cord's been good. But you know what? Montreal in the first period, I almost fired on this. They're 5-1-4, Pete, compared to 1-4-4 for the Kraken. So Kraken are coming out slow. Canadians are having a tough time in the third period, closing teams out. Penalty kills are pretty weak too. I'm going first period, both teams to score again here, guys. +160. I just, Kako's out, McCann's out, Laine's out, Reinbacher. They're missing some key players on each side, but both teams are deep enough, and the pace is always quick whenever these two teams play. So give me the first period, both teams to score +160, Pistol.
All right. DC Capper, who has opinions on most games, pass on this one. Drewski likes Kraken money line. AM saying that the line is begging for Canadians money, wishes he had a reason to take Kraken, but hasn't been able to find it yet. I'm going to pass on that. Go ahead.
I think that line, I would have thought maybe Seattle would be like a -110 here, kind of like the Minnesota game even. I think that line, you're right. I think they're trying to bait you into Montreal here. I wouldn't be on Montreal tonight.
Yeah, tough one. All right, I'm going to pass as well. Let's move on. Next game. Last game on the card. You kept the best pace. LA and San Jose. LA, this is the last game of their trip. They've won 3 or 4, but they were all close. San Jose, they are a bad team that is too big of a dog and has betting value. First game back from their trip, they went 2-2 on their trip. Of course, all 4 of those games, they were as a big dog. So you just blindly bet them on that trip. You made money. And, now here, they're a big dog here against LA. And at first I was thinking San Jose, maybe team total over something, but then I found a reason why I didn't like that. I can't remember what the reason was. Once again, San Jose a very big dog here.
Yeah, this last game is an interesting one. Penalty kills are this is where you got some of the best power plays and some of the worst penalty kills. And one of these bets, Pete, I don't usually make this bet, but minus 11, the LA Kings are plus minus penalties. So they've been allowing teams to get in the box a little too much. And a team like the Sharks is not a team you want to do that to. Yeah, they're coming off the road trip. But I want to just see quickly what did these two teams do last time they played. Yeah, 8-1 LA, 7-2 San Jose, 4-2 San Jose. I think there should be goals here, guys. And I didn't fire on this one. It's probably going to be one maybe I play, but I'm not going to give it out quite yet. It's going to be LA Kings power play goals over 0.5 minus 115. And then even San Jose power play goals over 0.5 minus 105. I think both these teams are going to get to on the power play. And Kemper and Askarov haven't been the greatest this year. Power plays have been great. Penalty kills have been poor. Yeah, I think that's got a good shot there, guys. But the play I'm going to fire on is going to be first period, both teams to score plus 160. And then both teams to score 3 goals, Pete, plus 200 tonight. Should be, I think this is going to be the higher scoring game on the card right here.
All right. Yeah, I was leaning over myself just with AM. AM says, why is this total of 6? And it's moved about like a big move to the under, about almost 20 cents.
People are seeing the way the Kings play, like it's a very smothering kind of game. But the big thing here is net penalty minus 11 in their net penalties. I would imagine those aren't too many fights these days. Those are going to be minor penalties. That's just it's against a team that's really quick in the Sharks, who are starting to score 6 goals twice in the last 3 games. It just feels like it's going to be a back and forth hockey game, Pete. And the goaltending too, Askarov, guys, got to see more out of him. He kind of got thrown to the wolves with the Sharks team. They don't got much goaltending that can hold up. So Sharks going to be an over team until otherwise, in my opinion, Pete.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of success with them up until now, basically taking overs or pass. And I thought this might be another one, but almost a 20 cent move to the under at a offshore sharp book that I look at for moves, and about a 10-cent move towards LA as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the spot. They're really taking that spot into effect with San Jose here. And you know what? And then looking at LA, Jesus, this is their 5th road game. St. Louis, Dallas, Nashville, Chicago, now going out west to San Jose. So you could say maybe their time clocks are all over the place. I guess you could say the scheduling spot has a big reason, I would say, to do with that. I'm trusting the numbers more than the scheduling spot.
I feel you. All right. So that's it. We did the whole card. Let's review our official plays. I'll go first. Vegas, first period money line, plus 117. Washington, Dallas, under 6.5, minus 145. Dallas, team total under 3.5, minus 163. Washington, first period money line, plus 110. And Washington, Dallas, first period under 1.5, plus 103. Blackhawks, first period, plus 110. Ottawa, Blackhawks, under 6, minus 114. And the Avs, Colorado Avs, minus 1, plus 102. Mr. Ghoster, review your official plays, please.
Oh, boy. Get ready, guys. Penguins, Flyers, under 6.5, minus 120. I'm on Golden Knights, Pete. Money line plus 125. Both teams to score. Blue Jackets, Sabres, first period plus 140. No goal first 9 minutes, 30. Ducks, Panthers. Islanders on the money line and the team total over minus 125. Lightning, Predators, no goal first 9 minutes, 30 seconds, plus 115. We're on the Jets. See how this one turns out. Minus 109 money line. Washington, this is the game of the night, I think, with all the bets we got. Money line, first period and full game, plus 115, plus 110. Senators, Blackhawks, first period, both teams to score, plus 155. Avs regulation, minus 105. Rangers, money line, minus 118. Kraken, Montreal, first period, both teams to score, plus 160. And then both teams to score, plus 160, and both teams to score 3 goals in the Kings and the Sharks, guys. I'll tweet that out at Gokster99, where you can check out all the action.
Totally awesome, Mr. Ghoster. What a great! Now I'm eyeing Sweden hockey right now, which goes in about 15 minutes. Mr. Ghoster, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Pete. Be good, guys.
All right. Okay, we're keeping a brisk pace. Love brisk paces. I love fucking brisk paces. All right. Next we got college football. We're going to talk with Gorky. Gorky, man. I don't know what you're doing right now, Gorky, but keep doing it because Gorky, regular viewers of the show, might not even be aware. It's like 8-0, 9-0, something crazy in the past 8 or 9 picks that he's given on this show. Gorky, is that true?
Yeah, I guess so, Pete. Yeah.
He's been rolling. He's been rolling in this show. Don't quote me on the official record, but the overwhelming majority of his picks that he's given over the past 3 weeks in college football, if not all of them, have been winners.
I missed one parlay because I wanted to have some action on the early window of games on Saturday. But everything that I've given out for the last 2 weeks on live shows has cashed.
Including BYU last week against Iowa State.
That was insane.
Iowa State, an excellent team at home, off a bye, small favorite, maybe suspiciously small favorite, and Gorky liked BYU, and I'll be damned, they fucking steamrolled them.
And they even came back in the game to do it, Pete, because I believe that Iowa State scored like the first 13 points, I believe, or 10 or something like that. So it was wild. Anyways, you're only as good as your last casher, so let's go.
Ain't that the case? Gorky. All right, so first we'll quickly talk about the 2 games that are going tonight, which are
perfect. This one I have action on.
Yeah, all right. So the first one we'll talk about UTEP and Kennesaw State. Now, of course, Kennesaw State, UTEP. Awesome, steamrolling. And I liked them last week. I didn't have the balls to give them as an official play, but they steamrolled again. Now, UTEP off a bye and a good win. And UTEP, kind of sucked earlier in the year. They changed their quarterback, and who knows how long it's going to last. But their last game was a road win. Very impressive. He played well. So what are we going to get from UTEP going forward? Not exactly sure. And then Kennesaw's quarterback, Amari Odom, he's great. He's the dual threat, offensive leader, everything. He is questionable. So, it's the old, I'm not exactly sure how banged up or limited he will be. So far, Kennesaw is just steamrolled. When I first saw the line, it was 50 at the total, and I took a shot. And then it went up to 51, and I took a shot with the under, which might have been a mistake. Obviously, UTEP put up a lot of points in their last game. Kennesaw, of course, their offense can steamroll and get to close to 50 on their own. Might have been a mistake. I took a shot with the under 51. And as far as the side is concerned, I feel like there's too many unknowns here because you don't know if UTEP's going to be good again offensively with this quarterback here. Kennesaw given a lot of points. What the health of Odom. So I don't know what to make of the spread. What do you think? And the total that I bet that I made might have been a huge because now it's 51.5, juiced even higher to the over. So that was probably a mistake. What do you think, Gorky?
I think what the hell is UTEP doing with their quarterbacks? Didn't they have like a top recruit fall to them or some shit?
He sucked.
What are we doing?
I don't know. You tell us, Gorky.
Like I understand you're
UTEP
for a reason. Go eat nachos. It's Kennesaw State or nothing.
Oh man. Yeah. UTEP quarterback, pretty much anyone on UTEP right now. If you're watching this, go eat nachos. All right. You're going to get blown out. So you think that you endorse a play on Kennesaw minus 10?
Kennesaw minus 14 should be the line.
Really?
Kennesaw's flying right now, Pete.
Yeah. And just looking at the way things went in terms of, the action and the money and everything.
I would take Kennesaw up to 13.5 so that the 14 can cash. There you go.
And the total has gotten bet up, and clearly the under bet, I might have to hedge out of that, which I don't like to do, but that it looks like that was just the wrong thing to do. Let's see what people in the comments say. So maybe the Kennesaw team total over is the no-brainer way to look at this. Let me just glance at what that would be. That would be so you're not concerned about the health of Odom?
I mean, against this team,
Yeah.
they can no.
30.5.
I had them like 2 weeks ago. I had them first quarter or some shit to win a quarter for me, -1.5 at plus money. Guess what? Got -5 yards 2 weeks ago against like Jacksonville State or something like this.
They're all right, aren't they? I don't even remember.
I mean, yeah, but you're not. Come on, you have a #1 recruit that failed wherever he went, USC or something like that,
Mhm.
and we're not gonna play him because, well, whatever, he's a jerk off, but probably, but like he came to UTEP, he can sleepwalk and probably teach football.
Yeah. No, I hear. Sorry, I'm just checking some things in
What are
Sweden
we
hockey
talking
that's about.
about?
Go ahead.
What
All
are
right,
we-
so
What are we talking about, UTEP coaches? You're not better than your #1 recruit.
I didn't look into the weeds in their last game, but it was a pretty. I mean, Sam Houston is I mean, they had a nice little game there.
Yeah, God bless them, Pete. But I'm just saying, you're supposed to beat Sam Houston if you're the #1 overall quarterback from 3 years ago or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I think that I bet the under. I think that was a mistake. The over might be the play here. Combining that with the
Go eat nachos.
the codes and the words of the oracle here, of the Goracle here. Maybe Kennesaw team total over 30.5. No brainer.
30.5 for plus money?
No, not for plus money, for 110 or whatever.
Oh, minus? Okay.
Yeah, like -115 or something like that.
Oh, well, no, I would just take Kennesaw to cover like 13.5.
Not plus 16. This game is huge for Kennesaw. It puts them in the bowl. It makes them bowl eligible. I already gave you my play in this game, and in these giant spots, tread lightly on the fade. Tread lightly. I'm sorry.
We're talking about a team in Kennesaw State that this is basically their first year of being relevant, okay? And they're already going to be bowl eligible after tonight. It's only like week 10. Yeah.
Yes. See, now I got Nutflesh 16 says I already gave you my play in this game, so I'm scrambling, trying to find. I see Texas State team total over, but
we'll get to that one in a sec.
Yeah, we'll get to it. All right. So, anything official for you, Gorky, for the people who are?
No,
what?
I have nothing official. I haven't moved on it. I will not move on it.
Interesting. Okay.
You want me to talk about it? I'll talk about it. If I was a man with these glasses,
yes,
and didn't give a fuck, I would take Kennesaw State up to 13.5 so that the 14 cashes at plus money if you can get it. If that's the carrot and you get it. But
as always, we got two oracles talking at once here. We got Gorky and then Nutflesh 16. I just taunted the oracle and he responded back, and now I got Nutflesh 16 asking, telling me to think for myself. Ask yourself, why is this team total on Kennesaw State? Locklear over 36.5, rushing props -116.
Let me be clear. I am not moving on this game.
Okay.
Nope. There's too much hockey, too much EuroLeague, too much great football spots this weekend for me to move on this game. Even the next game is a spot for me. I'm on that game, and that's what we're on. But we're talking about it because we're football people, Pete.
And not King Al saying, which one of those NHL games you like the most? I guess it would be the Washington-Dallas unders because, Washington plays an under-friendly game. In general, they just gave up 7 goals. They've got their top goalie in. There's some offensive guys out. So add it all up, I think unders in the Washington-Dallas game are the way to go. But a lot of times when that happens, then the game store's over. But I'm going to be on all of them. Washington-Dallas under is probably
for me. My parlay in NHL for tonight is Toronto and Colorado money line. I already put it in the chat.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yes, Colorado. I'm on them. Yeah, Colorado is probably good too. It's just, you're saying that finally New Jersey's going to lose after having not lost for 8 games. But yeah, I like Colorado.
Toronto, Colorado money line gets us paid tonight in NHL.
Absolutely. I mean, I agree with that. Oh, yes, that's right. Here, I copied and pasted it. Okay, so next game on the card tonight is JMU and Texas State. And JMU, of course, coming off the huge 63-point blowout win. Texas State, they play high-scoring games, 2 straight OT losses, both as a favorite. And a bit of, in light of how these teams play, the total was a little bit modest, a little bit surprisingly modest, I guess. And now it's down. It opened at 58.5, or the first line I saw was 58.5. Now it's all the way down to 55.5. And again, JMU put up 63 themselves last week in Texas State. We know what they do. Put up, 30, 30, 30 all the time. So I know there's, whatever.
This is a trappy line, Pete.
There's some wind expected here from what I'm seeing, some significant wind, but not in the 20s. A lot of these Texas games have wind reports, in the teens or the upper teens, and it tends not to matter that much. So very, very interesting that this total has dropped the way it has. Texas State still holding solid as a 6.5-point dog. And, they haven't been good ATS as a favorite, but now as a dog, this does feel like a high-scoring back-and-forth game, so you'd want to take Texas, except that the total was low and dropped significantly. So you got anything on this one, Gorky?
I do. JMU team total over 33.5. Plus
JMU team total. Go ahead.
Plus 105. You guys can probably get better. You guys will get better. You'll get probably, if I had to guess, probably about 115. But let's go. We're going to get paid. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Absolutely. You said it. Now, Not Flush 16 likes the Texas State team total over.
That's okay. That's fair. Both of the team total overs probably fly over.
So we got two oracles, both liking team totals overs on both of the teams, and yet we have a low total that took a huge drop down on the market with 55.5 right now.
That's because they don't want to give you the money, Pete. They want to trap people. They want to trap people and be like, you guys lost, we won, yay. The book always wins. That's why our job is to defeat the book.
I hate it when I have a losing week and then I get a call from the book where it's like, you lost, we won. I'm like, yeah, okay, I know. You don't have to fucking call me.
Yeah.
Jesus. Look at this.
Yeah, both of these team totals fly over. Both of these defenses struggle. Absolutely.
JMU eats here, says Kong's Clips. Chosen One likes Texas State plus 7.5. He must have gotten an early line. That does not.
I wouldn't like a 2-5 Texas State team at 20.5. JMU plays hard.
Yeah,
they got down against ODU, and then the game started. And ODU lost by like 10.
And look at this. AM sharing his model. Look at this. Model makes UTEP plus 6.5 and Kennesaw State total 48.5. So I don't know. I did take a shot with the under. That looks like.
I mean, good luck, dog. But
didn't factor home field advantage. Okay.
I'm on JMU. Yeah. Team total over. I think both of these team total overs fly over, and we get in the 80s.
Yeah. This game, I did not. The total and the movement on the total was so confusing.
Does anybody know where this game is? Like, no, what channel? I mean,
what channel? Oh, I don't know. I didn't check that.
Is this a Conference USA game? Yes, right? No.
I'm sorry? No, it's the Sun Belt. The Sun Belt.
This is the Gun Belt. Yeah, this is Gun Belt. Yeah. We're good. Yeah. Okay. Next one, Pete? Or are we still on?
It's just like just for people who aren't following this that closely, Texas State, their last home game went to 82. Their last game against Marshall already. Yeah.
That's why this line is a trap. Both of these teams could achieve this over, by themselves.
I know.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 55
Right.
47 game or some shit.
That's what I'm saying. If the 58.5 was just the JMU team total, then I would understand the drop.
Exactly.
Of course. But wow. What
Yeah, they would have to give me like plus 320 on that.
Yeah, I'd be leaning Texas State plus the points. But definitely. And Nutflesh Allen likes the Texas State team total over, which seems
that's okay.
Yeah.
What's the number you have to achieve, Allen?
Oh my God, the Texas State team total over is probably, what is that? It's like 24.5, maybe. Let me see what the
that makes sense.
It would be okay, 26.5 at plus money though.
Oh, okay. But JMU has a little bit of a sneaky defense. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Now I'm going to copy and paste Kong's clips. As he says, best bet of the week, Texas Tech minus 7.5. Let me just copy
Texas Tech, but Kongs, we're on Texas State here, brother. I agree with him, maybe, but we'll get to that on Saturday.
Look at this. Nutflesh 16 sticking to his guns. Texas State team total over. Man, now I'm more interested to see how this game turns out than even the games last week and the week before that.
Hold on. Let me
Texas State, Nutflesh 16 nailed his Louisiana Tech team total over. Others. Holy crap. Kripke says JMU has bad road numbers. All right. Okay. I'm not going to have an official play on either of the two games tonight as of right now. And then Gorky, let me see. I've been so busy capping everything that we need to cap that I didn't even get to look at the games. That you just have parlays you want to give out, right? Hey, Gorky. Okay, whatever he needs to do.
Gorky, you're muted.
Yeah. Just a minute. I'm
whatever,
now.
Whatever you need to do.
I'm good now, brothers.
Okay. Gorky's good. All right. Which parlays do you want to talk about this week?
I want to talk about, what was I talking about? Let me look on my Twitter because I don't want to just ramble about
whatever you need. Whatever you need to do, you do it.
Let me look on Twitter for a minute.
Go for it.
In the messages, okay?
I'll read the comment section while you look on Twitter.
My first one is Tulane Marshall money line.
Okay.
Tulane and Marshall on Thursday. Yeah, I think both of those win, and they are cashers, and we continue the streak. And then I have one for Saturday. Yeah.
Okay, let us know.
The game for Saturday, fellas, the parlay, it's a 3-legger. It's Georgia Tech, and I believe, hold on, Georgia Tech, and Alabama, is it? I don't know. Wait a minute.
Well,
no, I have it here in our group chat. It's just
there's a lot of specifics that you can kind of just like not worry about, but the actual legs of parlays you got to get right.
Georgia, Utah, and Georgia Tech. Money line plus 119.
So Georgia, Utah, and Georgia Tech money line parlay.
Plus 119 for me.
And then on Thursday, you like Tulane and Marshall.
And Marshall, correct. Yeah.
Marshall coming off of two high scoring big
Look,
wins.
another game where nobody's gonna get stops, but the favorite is the favorite because the other team is gonna probably be missing their quarterback for the second game in a row. So
right.
this is why this is why the Marshall is the favorite, and Tulane is in my opinion the most ready group of 5 team that there is in the country.
Yes, that's just a wacky one because UTSA, of course, coming off of a huge blowout win at home over Rice, and then a huge blowout loss at North Texas. And now
but you just said it yourself, Pete. Rice.
Right, sure. Yeah, I'm just saying that it's weird psychologically to think where they'll be here. Yeah, Tulane has been, in general, a pretty good ATS team all year long. Great, but go ahead.
The Tulane has the kid from BYU that had to transfer out because of certain allegations, and but he makes their offense go. He really does, and it's true.
Thank you so much, Gorky.
Yeah,
really, really appreciate it. We'll see if you can keep the streak up with these two parlays, and of course, nothing official. Oh no, did you make the James Madison team?
The James Madison is more than official. It's already been stamped and posted on Facebook, on Twitter, and you're already tagged in it and everything like that, Pete.
Great. I'm not on Twitter. That I try to be on Twitter, but days and weeks get away from me.
No Czech hockey action today, Pete.
Yeah, I did. I had Czech. I just haven't had time. I've been doing the show, so I haven't had time to see how the games.
I got one for you starting soon at 2:45. I think. Take Munich to win today in Germany.
Oh, in Germany. I didn't look at the German games. I looked at
in
the
Swiss DEL. Game. Yeah, in the DEL.
Okay.
All right.
Munich. I'll definitely write that down and look at that. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Oh yes, in Czech I took Levitnov. I did take them to win in regulation, and I took Ocelari Trinek to win in regulation.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it. Those I don't even know how they turned out. Don't tell me. I want to look into it. All right, Gorky.
Third period just ended or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
And
it was great to talk to you again. Today was crazy because we had so many NHL games and just everything chaos.
Yeah.
Still have the World Series we haven't talked about, but it was another great segment with you, Gorky, and we'll talk to you next week.
Just to be clear, guys, the way you say Zubac's name is Ivica Zubac. All right, I'm gonna sign myself off with that.
Okay. Perfect. We got one more thing we're going to talk about with Jose Bouquett, the World Series. Jose, as you can probably guess, I did not look into this one. I've had so much other shit that I've been looking at.
Of course.
But I am aware of what happened last night, right? What was it, like an 18-inning game?
Very much so.
Old school. Good old days. We used to have those all the time. We'd have more than 18-inning games. We'd have 20-inning games. And now you don't have them anymore, which I don't know.
Last
Things
one
just
was in
changed.
2018 that I remember.
Oh, those were the days. I can understand how, as an adult, that would be just hell. But as a kid,
admittedly, I fell asleep in the 12th inning, and I woke up in the 18th, and I was like, "Oh my god, Jesus! I didn't know we were still going."
Yeah, I have not even had a chance to look at this or handicap it. The Dodgers, of course, won last night, and now they're again a massive favorite. Does Toronto have no one in their bullpen? Is that why? Because Ohtani against Bieber is what I'm seeing here. How can the Dodgers be that big of a favorite?
I mean, I agree in the sense that they should be a pretty decent favorite, but I mean, when you say that both these, or should I say the Dodgers don't have a bullpen, the Blue Jays don't have a bullpen, I mean, yeah, neither one of them do. They had to use everybody yesterday. Everybody. And it's been interesting to see how these teams are going to, bounce back and all this stuff. So the guys that went yesterday for the Blue Jays, I'll just rattle these names off real quick. And there's I see 3 guys that didn't go: Justin Brule, Tommy Nance, and Yariel Rodriguez. But 33 from their closer, Hoffman, 27 from Seranthony Dominguez, 20 from Louis Varland, who looked like their best reliever, 29 from Brendan Little, 19 from Braden Fisher, 68 from Eric Lauer, and 14 from Mason Flaherty. So the guys that I don't expect to be available, and this is the World Series, so these guys are going to go out there if they can physically lift their arm up. Like Jeff Hoffman and Seranthony, even though they threw 30 pitches, I expect both to be available. The only guys I don't, Eric Lauer and Brendan Little, just because he's been bad. Probably could throw again today. Now, as for the Dodgers are, and they don't have really many good relievers, but they didn't throw many of them yesterday. Blake Trinan sucked, and he threw 15 pitches yesterday, so I don't know if we'll see him. Roki 29. I kind of expect to see him. Emmett Sheehan even through 37. Don't expect to see him again, but that's probably a good thing for the Dodgers. Jack Dreyer, Anthony Bonda, and Clayton Kershaw all through as well. Pete. Clayton Kershaw came out of the bullpen. I fell asleep right as he was coming out, and I thought that was the end of the game right there. He only threw 8 pitches, and then he got out of there. So if he can lift his arm, I expect him to throw today, but I think both these starting pitchers go excuse me. I think that both these starting pitchers throw 5-6 innings. Even Ohtani, who 9 times he gets up, 9 times to the plate and gets on. I mean, that's just absurd. So shout out to him. This line opened up at -194, Pete. We've gone from to -200 now at where we used to play poker here. Heritage as well, -195 right now. Opened up at -186. Doyers here. Now, where are the people betting? I'll tell you guys right now. There's 67% of the bets, 58% of the money on the Los Angeles Dodgers here. Total 88% of the bets and 54% of the money is on the under in this game here. I'm going to refresh my total site one time just to make sure we've got good money here. BOL right now opened up at an 8. It got up to an 8.5, but came right back down to the 8, which is interesting. Same thing with Heritage here too. 8 -108, now 8.5 here. Pete, I'll tell you right now, I haven't bet a single thing in the World Series in these 2 games. I have found it to be very difficult. Because I don't like betting -1, -1.5. And if I want to bet this, it kind of has to either be a total or I'm betting the Blue Jays. And I don't want to bet the Blue Jays. I just think the Dodgers roll here. I think the Dodgers are going to win 6 games, so maybe they can find a way to claw back 1 game the Blue Jays do. But I mean, it's tough. It's tough when you stay up until, I think it was only 1 a.m. West Coast time, but it's tough when you play 2 games in one. You lose that game, and then you got to come back and play the next day. So, I mean, I'm going to probably stay off the game. If I had to make one bet in this game, I think I would end up betting the under in this game. It doesn't feel great. I also mentioned, I should say, good note, Andrew G. Springer not going to be back, I assume. He's his back tightened up, pulled his oblique, whatever it may be. It was so early into that game, people probably forgotten it. But I don't expect him to be in the lineup here either. So, all that to being said, I'm probably staying off, Pete, but under. And, just keep betting the GOAT, Shohei Ohtani, to do something cool, and he'll do it for you. So no action for me here, Pete, but I like talking these games out with you, obviously. So
yeah, I mean, again, I did not have any time to look into who I know Springer had an injury issue, and I didn't look into the specifics, the details of what pitching arms will be available or which pitching arms won't. But I just still cannot imagine what I would see that would make me think, yeah, Toronto's not a good bet at +175.
Yeah, I mean, odds-wise, I wouldn't hate it at all. So I agree with you there. I mean, it just feels they're just much better than a +180 against the Dodgers. If I was making this lines, it'd probably be -150.
Kelly McGinnis says, expect the unexpected. Jay Smack, they have half their bats out of the lineup. Is it unexpected to see a team in the World Series win a game? I mean, how does this line get? I guess because I just don't understand it.
Dodgers are that good. I mean,
are they that much better than Toronto?
I don't think so personally, but I don't have the balls to bet them. Like I said, I would if I was lining this, Pete, it's -150 Dodgers for me. What do you think?
Yeah, my God, it's not like the Dodgers are playing freaking Cleveland. You know what I mean? Or I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
What would you make this line?
I would make it Dodgers -140, 142.
I like how specific you were there at the end. By the way, Pete, it's nice to see you. How are you doing? You know, you've been rushing all show. My job is to slow you down a little bit and to see how
it's good.
doing.
It's good. It was a great show. I like the brisk pace because a lot of times, you know, you can get in your own way. You can overthink yourself. A lot of times when you're just forced to act fast, you just do the obvious shit that if you had a little bit of time, you could fuck yourself up over. So it's just, you know, unders in the Dallas game, Colorado Avs money line, and move on. You know what I mean? I think it's good. Pass on the college games, doing all right.
Well, what's going on in New York, Pete?
I don't even friggin' know.
When's the last time you were outside?
I don't even really remember. I think it was a few hours ago. It might have been a few days ago. No, I'm going out. No, it's good. Everything's good. I just, I've been looking at soccer. I will tell you, obviously, I've been reading a lot about all that. You have any opinion on the friggin' Chauncey Billups, match fixing shit?
I mean, I think that the NBA, I'll say that they're doing a great job of this because they catch these guys pretty quickly and then suspend them. I assume this has been going on for decades.
Because it has. Good assumption.
Yeah, this has been going on for decades, and I mean, they're actually catching people now. So, you know, harsher penalties, no more slaps on the wrist, it seems. But it seems like the NBA is in some deep shit, huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's been going on in soccer. I just watched there's a famous story of a guy, Moses something, who was, you ever heard of that guy?
Moses something? No, I mean, please explain.
I forgot his name, but he was fixing. He was a British guy who was deeply involved with the Chinese mob. He does interviews about it on YouTube. That's an interesting one. That was in like around 2010 or 2008 or something like that.
And by the way, Pete, you always wear glasses during poker and stuff. Are you wearing the X-ray glasses, Pete? Are those X-ray glasses?
I'm gonna start now. Hell yeah, definitely. Yeah, but I mean, I feel like you can kind of this is why I like live betting and halftime betting so much, because pregame you really have no idea about any of that stuff. But when the game starts, things start to sort of like make a lot more sense, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Are you betting more live nowadays than pregame?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And every time I don't bet live. I'm like, why can't I just have the discipline to not bet pregame? But yeah. Soccer stuff.
And do you typically go, when you're betting these things live, do you already have the side that you want to bet in your head, and then you get to a certain number?
I already have the side that if things go unexpectedly early on, that I'm going to bet on. Yes.
Okay, beautiful. And then it just gets to a certain number, and you're just like, okay, here we go.
It gets to a certain point in the game where, all right, it's just, they can do things with like props, of course, which I don't touch. But I do NHL props, but
it's so interesting. Of all the sports, you do NHL props.
Well, NHL and MLB, and obviously pitch. It's a lot harder to I mean, it's if a pitcher wants to get got, then you got him. But it's either obvious or and I think that most MLB starting pitchers could not be gotten easily. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you there. We'll see what the MLB's gambling scandal comes out to. I mean, I thought that was so stupid though, because they're like betting first strike or ball. You can bet like what, $500 on that? Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff with first halves and second halves, though. You know what I'm saying? That or totals, team totals, or when scores happen. And Resmob, you know what I'm talking about. That guy? It's like Moses Swaby or something like that.
Sure.
Moses Swaba. And it's just he does interviews where he talks about it. But yeah, it is always a little bit shocking when you find out, and then I also watch some mob guys like Michael Francesi and whatever talk about, stuff that he knew about or was involved with. A lot of fixing going on in these games. What I'm saying, Jose Bouquett.
Yeah, watch out, Pete. Don't go to your local card games, your local house games in New York. And if you do, make sure you have
try to get someone on the Jets or the Giants in my pocket. That's what I need to do.
Yeah, well, what I need to do is at Pubblepalooza just get those X-ray tables. and then I'll win the poker tournament, and then we'll be ready.
So to answer your question, that's what I've been up to the past 3 days. Just kind of like watching those, reading about it, reminding myself, watching other stuff. It's all very interesting. That's what I'm doing the last 48 hours.
Oh, beautiful. I need a little glimpse inside the mind of Pete every once in a while.
Yeah.
Pete, by the way, AM in our chat's asking if you moved on any NFL.
I don't even remember. I think I did. Let me see.
Any NFL, and I'll quickly shout out
myself. Let me just
while you look, Pete. I'll quickly shout out people in the chat here for sticking around. We appreciate you guys here. Yes, Big Scott. Pete is the guy that doesn't have time for MLB, but a look at European hockey. Yeah, that is accurate. DC Capper, nice to see you. Crip Key, Andrew G, Alan Mitten, Kongs, Kelly. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate all you guys watching. Mally. I saw our guy Nasty Nate in here earlier worrying about white beard hair. I had a good laugh out of that. My guy Kent Davies. Shout out to all you guys in the chat here. Pete, the people love you.
Oh, thank you very much.
The people love you. Loshak.
I missed those days.
Very homo, Pete. Very
nice.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, nothing really on and although I did hit. I like under in Atlanta, New England. I don't know if that's a good play, but I did like that. That could be stupid. Just very looking at the Miami Baltimore game is very, very interesting. Maybe under in that one, but I don't know. Yeah, no,
when's
nothing
the
right
last
now.
time? Yes, King Al, you missed NBA. NBA is at the top of the show. P, when's the last time you put a bet and you were like, that you were just confident about it? Because every time you give out a bet, you're like, this could be stupid, but
like live bets all the time.
Okay, so the live bets are your confident bets, but
pre-game, no, I actually I did all right. Houston and NFL, I was confident about that.
Okay, nice. I was on them too, so that makes me feel nice.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay, nice.
I think I don't think it's confident like I'm sure it's in retrospect won't be, but I think the Colorado -1. I feel good about that.
Okay, well, beautiful. Shout out to you, P. It was a great show.
Definitely, it was. We'll see y'all again next Tuesday, baby.